65, Ryan Warner. And number 71, Leato Sewell.
Welcome back. Getting ready for Pineview at Desert Hills, coming at you live on Sports Radio 97.7 FM 1210 AM, your Region 9 radio network. The other radio game tonight, if you're interested, playoff implications in that one for that fourth seed, and that's Canyon at Snow Canyon. That one on 94.9 FM, not far on the dial, or 890 AM KDXU. You can also listen to audio online, News Radio, or News Talk 890.com. Andy, let's get the Desert Hills Bucks Ace Hardware keys to the game. We took a look at the Pineview before the national anthem.
A couple of things I want to mention before we get to that. Number one of my heroes in the broadcasting business, a guy by the name of Paul James, passed away this past week at the age of 87. Paul James was a guy I listened to all growing up, was the voice of the BYU Cougars, was also the anchor on Channel 5. And so those that have been around a while know who I'm talking about. But I always had the utmost admiration for that guy. And I don't know if I can allow to dedicate a broadcast, but I'd like to dedicate a broadcast tonight to Paul James. To me, one of the best there ever was.
A great memory. My dad took me to the BYU game. He went to BYU. He brought his AM/FM headset with him, and I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and he's like, I'll let you listen in. And BYU was driving inside the red zone, and he popped it on, and I got to listen to Paul James' touchdown call, and obviously, it was kind of a fun memory.
Good stuff, huh?
Yeah, when I saw that the other day, he passed away. He lived a great life, though. Died at a nice, ripe old age. But he will be missed, and obviously fond memories of Paul James. Let's get to Desert Hills now. Some keys. Obviously, Logan Wilstead's probably got to – if Pineview gets rolling offensively, he's going to have to mash them, and he's going to have to score some points tonight potentially.
Yeah, I talked with both coaches, and you know, one of the things that Coach Murdoch was really succinct about, he said, look, football, even though it's a team game, it comes down to matchups, one-on-one matchups. And he said, if we can win more matchups than we're losing, if we can win those one-on-one deals, we have a chance to win this football game. He says, but if we're getting beat at the point, if their O-tackle is beating our defensive end over and over again, we're in big trouble. He said, so one-on-one matchups are very important in this football game. And I think that's really great words from a young coach saying this is what we have to do to win.
All right, tools of the game brought to you by Bucks Ace Hardware. Now open out on the Dino Crossing. We'll see you at the new Bucks. Check out their gun sale going on right now. Panthers will kick off. Thunder won the toss. They defer to the second half. And we are closing in on a on-time 7 p.m. kickoff for you here on ESPN Radio. Our game brought to you by Summit Athletic Club, featuring Cubex, now open South Bluff. One of their newest locations features the My Zone training and the Cubex. Go take a free tour. Mention Region 9 Sports, and you get 25% off. Welcome in our viewers on CEC TV, sportsradio977.com. Kick in the air by Brooks B. And we are underway. Going to be returnable from the 3. And coming up the middle and bouncing it and then backtracking. And now at the 10, the 15, and outside about the 20-yard line. Kind of a risky return right there for Cooper Kinney. He's been hurt, but the speedster back returning kicks.
Yeah, and you know, one of the guys maybe we haven't given enough credit to this season is Connor Brooksby of Pineview. He kicks those kicks really high and deep, and he has a really good knack of making them land at about the 1-yard line, but they're so high, it's almost like a punt. And it's hard to get long returns on Pineview because he kicks the kickoff so high in the air.
Gage Baird really had to lay off a block to not get a block in the back to back Desert Hills up. So smart play there by one of the stars for this Thunder team. Here comes that offensive line. You look at the Sky Mountain starting lineup. You got a couple veterans that are co-captains in Ryan Warner and Leato Sewell. That's the cousin of Panay Sewell, who's now the left starting tackle at the University of Oregon and started here last year.
He's a duck, yeah. And a good one.
Wilstead, the starting quarterback, with Andrus in the backfield. Play action, going to throw over the middle, seam route, complete. Out to the 45-yard line. It's Bo Barbin, and Wilstead throws it right on the hands for a Fab Freddy's first down.
Pineview was sitting on the run that time. You watched the play action. Went a little too late on a replay to see it, but the play action froze those linebackers and left a big old hole right in the middle of the field for Bo Barbin.
Thunder will go fast, not as fast as Pineview.
No.
In a game when Pineview wants to run plays about every 10 seconds on offense, Desert Hills is huddling right now and taking their time. Play-by-play the first quarter brought to you by our friends at Southwest Diesel, the originators of high-performance Ford diesel engines, and Wilstead's out of the gun. Twins to the far side, single receiver to the near side. He's going to run a keeper, and behind Andrews going to cut back, reverse field, and he's going to lose big yardage. He's brought down at the 40. It's a loss of 5.
Yeah, that was student body right. Just send everybody blocking to the right. There was nobody protecting the backside. And when he doubled back, he thought, oh, maybe I can double back, do a little Marcus Allen in the Super Bowl against the Eagles back in the day. But there was nobody back there except white jerseys. And so he just he did the smart thing. Eventually just fell down around the 40-yard line.
Brock Shaw, I think, coming up to help string that out, and good lateral speed. And Wilstead didn't look to get there in a hurry. He was kind of picking his way outside, and nothing materialized for a loss of 5.
By the way, Brock Shaw made the tackle on that play. He was the homecoming king for Pineview this year. Saw that a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Second down and now 15 for the Thunder. Man in motion, it's Barbin working from the far side to the near side to give us to Andrus. Saul Andrus going to pick his way and got that 5 yards back, maybe one more. We'll call it a gain of 6. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Andrus looks, he, like you said, he's been kind of dinged up, a high ankle sprain. Sometimes that affects your quickness. He looked pretty quick on that one. I thought he got to the line in a hurry.
There's Nick Hansen calling in the defensive signals.
Special game for him.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the sideline, standing next to Coach Hausner when Coach Frankie was parted ways with. Nick Hansen had nowhere to go. Coach Hausner called him up, said, come to Pineview and be my DC. So Coach Hansen, one of the best in Region 9, across the field from where he used to roam.
He's a film fanatic, but it's got to be weird for him to be on the other sideline on this field.
Of course, Gary Croton over there, he's the offensive coordinator, former BYU head coach. Wilstead's going to throw on 3rd and 9, nothing there. Going to tuck and run. He's going to spin and fight for the yardage. He's going to come up about a yard shy. He got it across the 50 to about the 46, needed the 45. It's going to be 4th and 1 in Panther territory, and maybe a little early decision time for Coach Murdoch.
Pineview had a defender come flying in there, and actually pretty good little spin move by Wilstead to avoid the big hit and get that extra yard. He was about 3 yards short. He spun, got it to within a yard, and they're going, Devin. They're going for it.
Out of the gun, it's Wilstead, and going to go with it, going to run the play, give it to Andrews. Andrews going wide, cuts back, 1st down and a couple more. He put his head down right at the 45 and then carried a would-be tackler for 2 more. It's a gain of almost 3, nearly 4, and a Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. On 4th down, they convert.
So many young players, I'm fast, and they've been the fastest kid maybe their whole lives and want to go outside. He tries to get to the corner. They don't get the 1st down. He made the great play. He's picked a hole. He cut up into the hole, got to the 1st down marker. Great play by Saul Andrus.
Coach Murdoch calling the plays, and Logan Wilstead came all the way over to the sideline, got this next play, but 4th down conversion, 3rd down conversions, and percentage of conversion is going to be huge in this game. And now a new set of downs. Wilstead puts Barbin in motion, makes it trips to the near side, looking that way. Now he's going to tuck and look to roll left. Nobody open. Pressure coming from Melee. Pump fake. Now looking downfield. Finally fires it, but high and incomplete. Trying to find his man, but he threw it too tall for, I think it was, was it Barbin or was it?
Yeah, Barbin was there.
Actually, it might have been number 9 for the Thunder. There was the deeper route, I think. But
yeah, Gage Baird.
Gage Baird. And the elusiveness, though, of Logan Wilstead keeping that play alive.
Yeah, Baird and Barbin were both there. But, yeah, I was impressed with the maturity of Wilstead. Remember, he's a kid who kind of didn't want to play quarterback. He didn't want to play in his brother's shadow and was a receiver most of his, growing up years. And they moved him to quarterback the last couple of years. And he's shown great maturity, great head on his shoulders.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. They'll fake the fly sweep to Barbin. They'll option it and give it outside to Keena Taufa, and he's got a 1st down and more. Takes a big Rocky Mountain collision as he's knocked out on the far sideline. That's another Fabulous Freddy's 1st down.
Great pitch, perfect timing. He's going to take a little hit here. Actually, it didn't hit the quarterback hardly at all, but a good pitch, and Keena Taufa knows how to do it. Just kind of rocking his way up and down the field. And you're right, he did take
Dallin Brown.
Kind of a big one there, yeah.
Dallin Brown is going both ways almost every snap as free safety and quarterback. Has already been offered by the Air Force Academy, which, with the speed option they run, the triple option, that's a great fit from what we've seen from Dallin Brown. But now it's the Thunder knocking on the Kern Christensen at NAIA XL Real Estate Red Zone. They're just outside of it, about the 27, and now some movement and a flag flies. Who moved first?
I think that's going to be a penalty on Pineview because of the voice of the quarterback. I think Logan Wilstead barked him into offsides.
And that'll make it now 1st down and 5 from the 23. Did Wilstead give a hard head bob there or just bark it out? Checking our replay for our CEC TV audience as well as our viewers on Sports Radio 977.com.
Just the voice.
Yeah, just a voice. And Wilstead pointed into the neutral zone.
was a good drive by Desert Hills to start this game off. They've already used 4 minutes plus.
A lot more Desert Hills fans at home than there are Pineview fans. The opposing visitors' grandstand not quite full capacity. Wilstead going to throw, taking a shot on the fade route, one-on-one coverage, and it's climbing the ladder, and it's caught. And that's DeNoss with the touchdown catch. Tate DeNoss just went up and timed it perfectly, and that's the first strike of the game. And the Thunder strike first with a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, the defender never really quite got his head around, and that is Dallin Brown on the defense. Got his hands on him. The ball goes up in the air. He needs to whip his head around. There it is. He just overran it. I was wrong. He got his head around, and it's not Brown, but he just overran it. It was Vlad Jocelyn who got beat on the play. And he's actually had a pretty good year, Jocelyn, so that didn't happen very often.
23-yard touchdown hookup, and the Utah Gastroenterology extra point is good. Go to utahgastro.com. Make sure you get your colon screening. Most preventable cancer out there, utahgastro.com. 7-0 Thunder, back in 30 seconds on your Region 9 Radio Network.
For their continued Thunder support.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
But Andy, I haven't seen anybody score. It might be the first score in Region 9 tonight as Wilstead hits DeNoss. 7:52 left in the first quarter, and the Panthers will get their first possession of the game. Well-sustained drive. What was that, 8 or 9 play drive, I believe?
Yep, 23-yard TD pass from Wilstead to not Ron DeNoss, that's his dad, Tate DeNoss, and already 7-0. I really am impressed with the way Desert Hills, their offense early in the year was not good. They've gotten better and better and better, and I was really impressed with that drive.
Yep, no doubt about it. Started the game with the completion over the middle, the Barbin, and then nice little fade route. And DeNoss made a great play on the ball for the scoring drive. And now we see Mr. Offense, Mr. Dallin Brown. A couple of weeks ago, he ran for 3, caught one, and threw a couple more. I mean, just 7 total touchdowns in the game. He's going to run a draw play right up the middle, and he's going to get the corner. Ronson Andrus is going to get the tackle and run him out of bounds, but a 5-yard gain for Dallin Brown.
Yeah, good start, and that's what you want to do if your Pineview is kind of start seeing how you feel about what this team is doing. That was definitely a running play all along, just a quarterback draw. Andrus, good athlete, was able to run him out, but it's going to be interesting to see if they spy him all game long. Maybe Andrus is the spy.
I would imagine he is. Didn't play football last year, got hurt, had to get the wrist healthy for baseball. And a run by Tosh Wright. Tosh going to pick up 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 from the 28-yard line of Pineview, with the Thunder leading 7-0.
I'm going to address it. There was rumors flying around the valley today that Pineview players got in trouble. There were suspensions and everything. I asked Coach Hauser flat out. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "There was nothing going on. Everybody's clean. There was no whatever." He says everybody's good to go.
And St. George rumor mill. I heard the same rumors, but obviously looks like everybody that normally starts is starting tonight for the Panthers. Tosh Wright on 3rd down, got the first down and more. Rumbling out to the 40, across the 40 to the 45, and he's driven out of bounds by a couple different Thunder defenders. And that's a great job on that offensive line left side, and Tosh Wright knew what to do with it.
You know, the Dixie Flyers, when they beat Pineview, they didn't give him that play. They didn't give him the handoff, and Brown wasn't, he really wanted to keep the ball, and it really cost him. I like the unselfishness of Brown here. He's got to be willing to give it to Wright, and there he goes.
Dallin Brown going to call his own number, and he's going to score to the 15, down to the 5, and touchdown, Dallin Brown. It's a 55-yard touchdown scamper, virtually untouched, right back up the middle, and we're a PAT away from being tied.
If you would have asked me, say, an hour ago before this game, it's going to be a low-scoring game, I think. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points. I think it's going to be pretty low-scoring. And Devin, we played less than 6 minutes. We played barely over 5 minutes. We've already got 2 touchdowns on the board.
Yeah, that's good news for our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert tonight.
You know, I finally went and got one of those, by the way.
Nice.
Man, that was good.
Utah Gastroenterology extra point coming here for Brooksby. And the snap is good. The hold is down, and the kick is pushed a little right. Did he get it through? No, he shoved it.
Wow.
And it's a 7-6 game after the 55-yard. Let's see if Dallin Brown was touched. I don't think he was, Andy, on the 55-yard touchdown run, and he's got pull-away speed. Nobody going to catch him, not even Cooper Kinney, who's one of the fastest Thunder players. 7-6 will keep it right here. Pretty impressive opening drives for both teams.
Yeah, when I saw him go into the secondary and there was no safety deep, I thought, oh, boy, they're in trouble. Because usually there's one guy that at least makes Brown have to make a cut and make a move, and there was nobody deep, and Brown was off to the races. And that's a race he almost always wins, Dallin Brown, with the 55-yard touchdown run. But that missed extra point means that Desert Hill still has the lead, and they've got the ball coming up.
Yep, no doubt about that. And here comes the kickoff.
Feels weird to be doing football on a Wednesday night. I know we had Thursday last week. We have Thursday next week. But
I'm kind of enjoying it, man. Get that game on a Wednesday. I'd be sitting at home watching probably a DVR of The Voice or something on a Wednesday night. No MLB playoffs tonight.
No.
You do have the Vegas Golden Knights, which we're going to have some Vegas Golden Knights games coming up here on 97.7 ESPN. They're playing, it's a Stanley Cup rematch in Washington, and right now the Knights trailing 1-0 early second period. Have you got down to a Knights game yet, AG?
I haven't been down there yet.
We got to get you down there. It is fantastic.
You hook me up. If we can get some nachos going and stuff too, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. 6:44 to go after the Dallin Brown 55-yard touchdown.
I think Brooksby's mad he missed that extra point because he just kicked it through the end zone.
Yeah, I agree. And now it's going to be out to the 20-yard line,
By
first and 10.
the way, our First Ace Hardware update of the night. Dixie scores on their first drive of the game. They go 75 yards with Preston Moore taking it in, and it's a 7-0 Dixie lead. Although we don't expect that to be a very close game. They're playing the winless Hurricane Tigers.
Also, Snow Canyon gets a big run, but the drive stalls out, so Van Gils has to settle for a 26-yarder, but the Warriors lead Canyon View 3-0, 5 minutes left in the first. Again, that game over on 94.9 FM, 890 AM, KDXU. And here, 7-6. Both teams score on their opening drive, and back to work is Logan Wilstead in this Thunder offense. Wind blowing a little bit, and it's kind of behind the Thunder right now. Read option, zone reads given to the running back, and not much doing right at the point of attack. Panthers stack him up for no gain. Saul Andrus, no running room.
Yeah, he found a wall, and the wall hit back, and he actually got a favorable spot to get it back to the line of scrimmage because that front line there.
Brooks Melee.
Yeah, Brooks Melee is a man. Like I said in pregame, he's a mature young man. You know, he's a DJ. He does dances and stuff.
Really?
In his spare time, he did. I think he was the DJ for homecoming.
His dad was very musically talented.
Yeah.
And
but I guess he didn't have a homecoming date because he was the DJ for the dance instead.
6:05 to go. Read option with a pass option. Wilstead now flushed. He's scrambling back to his own 5, rolling right, has the edge, got to get rid of it. Finally does, and it's incomplete.
That shows you the speed of Wilstead. I remember earlier this year, I was doing another game, and Randy Wilstead texted me, and his son had just run for something like a 60 or 70-yard touchdown run, and he said, imagine that, a Wilstead with actual speed, because, well, Cody and Cole and Randy never were the fastest guys in the world. But Logan is.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a burner. A little bit shorter than Cody was. Cody playing out at Coffeyville. He transferred from BYU, playing out in Coffeyville, Kansas, and hadn't been starting so far this year, but I think it was an injury. I think he got some reps last week. I didn't see his stat line. Did you happen to see that?
Did not.
Of course, he played for the Pineview Panthers. Brother plays across town years later at Desert Hills. He's the youngest of the Wilstead family. Dad, BYU baseball player, played in the minors for 11 years.
Yeah, made it all the way to AAA.
Yeah, there was a guy named Joe Carter in Toronto at the time that kind of prohibited him from getting called up.
Oh, just a Hall of Famer, that's all.
And it's a offsides. That's going to make this third down a little bit more manageable. Cut it in half, 3rd and 5.
I thought the offense moved there. I was really surprised they called an offsides there because it looked like the left tackle, left guard moved, but referee says no, and now Pineview wants to talk it over.
Coach Nick Hansen, defensive coordinator. Of course, timeouts brought to you by Ryan Kramer Team. Check them out, RyanKramerTeam.com. Remax sells more houses in Southern Utah. You want it sold, not just listed? Get with the Ryan Kramer Team. We've got a number of storylines in this game. there was a number of storylines leading into the season. One, Gary Crowton, won a national championship with LSU. Was a BYU head coach. Kind of bounced around some other marquee jobs.
NFL for a while.
With the Chicago Bears. He was their offensive coordinator. Now he retires, so to speak, but he can't stay away from coaching. It's in his blood. He's helping out. He's the offensive coordinator for the Pineview Panthers this year.
Weird thing, too, his son had spent some and grown up and was in the Dixie Boundaries.
Absolutely.
Was going to play for Dixie.
Didn't want to move across town. Had all his friends at
Didn't
Dixie.
want to play for his dad. But in the end, he ended up transferring over.
Which is probably better when you think about it, because Coach Blaine Munkers is probably going to be a little nervous about sitting at home a playbook with the opposing coach across town.
That's a good point.
That's probably better for all sides in the end.
But, Crowton and, of course, Nick Hansen, former Desert Hills D coordinator for years and years, and now he's on the Pineview sideline, and just all kinds of fun little soap opera-type stories. There's Nick Hansen right there.
Yep. Here's the 3rd and 5. It's going to be a pass over the middle, and it's complete onto the hands of the receiver. That's Kyer Goulding, and that's maybe a helmet-to-helmet hit as his helmet comes off, and it's a first down out to the 35, and we'll wait the penalty.
Now, if they say targeting and throw Brown out of the game, that could change everything. And that's one of the options an official could make if he thought that Brown was leading with the crown of his helmet.
If it's just a personal foul, helmet-to-helmet hit, and not targeting, then it's just the 15-yard mark-off. Personal foul, and it is hit to the head. And it's a first down.
And to me, the thing that makes it not a targeting is he had his head up when he made the hit. He didn't have his head down.
Right at the back of our frame, just out of our picture.
There it is. But see how his head is up?
Face mask.
Yeah.
It's a clean hit, but that's what they want you to do. They want you to go lower at the chest or the legs, which is so difficult to do when you're fast and you're trying to come up and disrupt that football from being caught. I'm glad they didn't eject him. Draw play up the middle, and Saul Andrews just clipped up. Don't know if he would have had much more anyway. There was another Panther right there. And now flags play again, and all of a sudden the pace is slowing just a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have a hold or something here. It's kind of in the area you usually have a holding.
Illegal
shift, formation. Or start or something.
Yep.
If it was a false start, they would have stopped the play, so it must have been some formation thing.
So that'll back the Thunder up 5, unless they decline it. He lost a yard. I think they're gonna decline the penalty and leave it at midfield, and it'll be 2nd and 12. I think that's the right call there by Coach Hansen and the defense for the Pineview Panthers. The lost yardage on the play.
I wonder if one of those, maybe one of those tackles was in the backfield, maybe too far off the line, and they called that.
Yeah, maybe not 6 men on the line of scrimmage. I didn't see anybody move.
Nope.
Coach Hosner is shaking his head, putting his headset back on, not happy about something. There's Ryan Dana, one of the assistant coaches, right next to him. Man in motion, Barbin. He'll make it twins to the left, and they're going to run it. And there's a little crease and into the second level, and that's a pickup of 10. Took it from midfield down to the Panthers' 40, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 for Desert Hills. Nice run there by Kina Taufa,
you got it. He showed really good quickness, too, there. I'm impressed with these two running backs and how quick. Watch out. He doesn't dance. There's no dancing. They're trying to decide. He just goes hard, goes fast.
Kind of reminds me of like a Brandon Jacobs who used to play for the New York Giants, wearing number 27, running strong, but running down grain.
Yep.
So 3rd and 2 for the Thunder. Remember, on their opening scoring drive, it's a 7-6 game, Thunder leading. They went on 4th and got it. Now they're going to throw a hitch, and it stopped. They're going to be 4th and 2. They didn't get anything. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and that was it. They tried to free up Kyer Goulding out there in the flat, but a great tackle, I think, by Deshaun Allen.
Yeah, Deshaun Allen, I think, is an all-region performer. Really great player for Pineview High School. That's a one-on-one tackle. If he doesn't make it, that's a first down.
Might have been number 8. Jocelyn, too.
Yeah, and he's
8 or 9.
the guy that got burned on the
it's 9. It's
that
9.
was Allen, yep.
Deshaun Allen tackle there. Those white Pineview jerseys with the light silver numbers, I like them. They're hard to pick up the number between an 8 and 9, I'm not going to lie.
And they're going again, 4th down and 2. A little bit longer this time.
1-point lead for the Thunder. They lead on the one-loss scoreboard 7-6, but going on 4th, they're going to throw. Wilstead, high and incomplete. Was trying to go over the middle to Jace Mortensen, and he just overshot him. No way Mortensen could climb the ladder. And the Panthers will get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
By the way, the games, the soccer first-round playoff games were today. Unfortunately, Region 9 goes 1-3. The region champ Snow Canyon won 2-1 over Ridgeline, but Pineview goes down 4-0. Dixie loses 4-3 after being up 3-2 late, and then a 2-1 loss. Desert Hills loses in overtime.
Yep, 1-3. Panthers want to go quick. Already throwing is Brown. It's picked. It's tipped and picked by the Thunder. It looked like it was caught by Luke Watson, one of the outside backers. It was Watson, and Dallin Brown is intercepted. You don't see that very often, but the tip went right to Watson, and the Thunder get it right back.
One of those linemen get a hand on it, or what happened there, Devin?
Yep. Couldn't tell who. It was tipped, and Watson got the in. Oski. They like to call it the Oski.
There it is. I want to say it was.
I can't tell.
33 maybe on the tip.
Jaron
Palu? I think Jaron Palu jumped up and got a piece of that thing.
So 3:25 left on the Paces Colgan clock. Thunder with a 1-point advantage, 7-6. Barber in motion. Doubles to the far side. They're going to throw single receiver side, and he had to get rid of a quick blitz was in his face, and it looked like he just had to throw it out of bounds almost.
Yeah, that's one of those. He knew he had man coverage out there. The rush came so fast. He's like, I'm just going to chuck it out there and see if my guy can go get it.
So incomplete. Second down 10 from the 40 of Pineview.
He was trying for Gage Baird out there, and Baird was open.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. He did have a step or two on the cornerback on the near side, and that's Connor Johnson, the senior defensive back.
That was a big question mark coming into the year. The only DB Pineview had back was Allen. But these other guys have grown up in a big hurry. I've been impressed with Jocelyn and Johnson as well.
Denos and Baird to the near side in a doubles look, double tight. And they'll give it to Andrus. Saul Andrus hits that right side, but nothing there. Going to get a yard maybe on momentum. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Filippo Tavita in on the penetration with first guy there that kind of blew that thing up, and then he got a little bit of help. There's Tavita right there. Watch 32 slice in there, gets his hands on him and kind of blows that play up, and then he gets help. A little credit on the play, too, to Brock Shaw. Shaw's one of those guys that seems to be in kind of like a Sean Lee from Dallas Cowboys, just in on every tackle, seems like.
Yeah, been hurt, though, so far this season, last week or so, 2 weeks. Actually got dinged up halfway through that Seahawks game, didn't he?
Yep.
3rd and 9 for Logan Wilstead and the Thunder offense. Doubles to either side. Wilstead looking right, throwing, comeback route, and they look like the receiver lost his footing trying to come back to the football. That was Tate Denos, and it's now 4th down and 9. And here comes the punt unit, I believe, for the Thunder, well out of field goal range.
So because he caught that deep ball, Denos, to give him a lot of respect and play him deep, and so that comeback is there. Problem is, like you said, he lost his footing. That would have been a 1st down had he not lost his footing.
Dixie has scored. Bad snap, recovered by the Flyers at the 1. Nate Mahi runs it in, 14-0 already against Hurricane. Callister's going to kick it from midfield, try to pooch it and get it to roll. It rolls sideways, though, at about the 13, 14-yard line, and down, we'll call it the 14 by Cooper Kinney. And after the interception, Pineview's defense on the short porch in their own territory gets a 3 and out. And after both teams look so good, Andy, on their opening scoring drives, the defenses are now kind of getting a little bit better involvement in this game, imposing their will, if you.
Yeah, it felt like a shootout when we'd had 2 touchdowns after 6 minutes. But, by the way, Canyon View takes one in for a touchdown. They lead 6-3 over Snow Canyon after 1 quarter of play. Is there an upset brewing there?
And here's Tosh Wright. And he's cut down quickly. How do you tackle the big back for the Pineview Panthers? Bronson Andrews just goes lower and chops the legs and keeps that to about a 3-yard gain.
That's a Rocky Mountain collision right there. Boom! Oh, I love football for that reason.
Hey, Bronson Andrews is getting a lot of looks from in-state teams, and I think more will come. Of course, we know about the talent on the baseball diamond.
Incredible baseball player.
Brown under pressure, and he's tackled, and then he keeps his footing, gets a couple more, and Andrews finally makes the stop.
They're doing very, very similar to what Dixie was doing. They're not rushing a lot of guys. They're kind of waiting for Brown to make a decision and then going after him. They put a lot of guys in coverage, and they're just kind of waiting back there. And then when Brown runs, then they come in and close on him and hit him.
Andrews has got already 3 tackles in this game. 3rd and
3.
a long 3.
Yep.
Brown's going to run read, fake it, looking to throw. He's going to get outside, Containment breaks down. Can he beat the corner with the speed? And at the sticks, did he get it? It's going to be really close. They mark him, I think, right at the 24, which would make it a first down. This drive started at the 14. Yes, Fabulous Freddy's first down for Pineview.
Well, they have the sticks on the visitor side of the field as per usual. That's how they always are. So he actually had a really good look at where the first down marker was. If he was running on the other side, he might have been not knowing where to get to, but it looked like he was looking right at that stick the whole time. Said, all right, I need to get there.
Drew Meredith came and took on the block, but he was the contained guy. But he took the block on so hard, he couldn't recover, and Brown got the edge. 1st and 10 Panthers. They'll fake it to Tosh Wright. Brown going to drive it up the middle, and he'll have a run of about 4 out near the 30. Just shy of the 30-yard line. 1:07 left, first quarter. Summit Athletic Club featuring Cubex. Bringing you tonight's game of the week, Panthers at the Thunder. Kickoff temperature when I got out of my car was about 75. Partly cloudy. Perfect weather for football.
Dixie already up 21-0 now on Hurricane.
And there's a Tosh Wright run, and not much there. Hit, bounced off the first hit. Second hit came. Maybe got a yak yard of 1 or 2, and it'll be third down.
That was kind of blown up from the bad snap. Brown had to jump high just to catch it, and then the handoff was late to Wright.
I think Krager got the tackle, though. Andrus there to kind of finish him off. I think you give credit to Mason Krager on the stop. Tripped him up, forced him to the ground. 3rd and a long 3 again. Pressure coming from the outside by Watson. Chasing Brown. Throw is away, and it's complete if he got his feet in. Yes, he did. Out across the 40 near the 43-yard line. And that's another Fabulous Freddy's.
Yeah, first down by Michael Moore. Great catch. Coming back, realizing his quarterback's in trouble. Coming back to the football. Brown realized probably wasn't going to make it if he tried to run it because the contain was there, and he guns that thing over there.
It's Croton throwing that ball.
Excuse me, my bad. Good play by McLeod Croton.
Yeah, the first time he snuck into the game.
By the way, Snow Canyon has scored again. Landon Fry with a touchdown pass to Jace Mendenhall, 10-6.
Croton going to throw. Staying in at quarterback. Taking a shot down the field. Overshot his man. That one-on-one coverage that he wanted, but well over the top, intended for Michael Moore, the junior wide receiver. Hunter Moore, Michael Moore, brothers on this team. Hunter's the senior, Michael's the junior.
Both great basketball players. Getting their football on. They've proven to be pretty good receivers as well.
10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Desert Hills leading 7-6. Both teams scored on their opening drive, but the PAT for the Panthers was missed. Panthers trying to get a good snap to Brown. It was high. He's got to scramble right on 2nd down and 10, and he's just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe got a yard.
Well, and again, they're having some issues with the snap. That one he had to really reach high and tip it to himself just to keep the play alive, and everything that was going to happen. You know, football's such a timing game, and when your timing's off, you have to jump up to get that snap. Everything is bad after that.
Here's the final play of the quarter. 4 seconds left. Brown going to throw. Looking, taking a shot. Has his man one-on-one, and it's incomplete as a cloud of color chalk comes up from the Thunder student section. There is a flag down in the secondary, though, Andy.
Yeah, I think they're going to say that he tripped the receiver who was trying to run through the catch. And at first it looked like he was diving, but then you realize their legs got tangled, and that's a tough call against Desert Hills.
Brown's just taking a shot, and
right there,
he's
yeah,
early.
that's interference.
He's
yeah.
early,
Yep.
and they're going to get the penalty on Curtis Sweeten. But it's not a spot foul. Utah High School Athletic Association rules. There's the color chalk throw. I'm seeing this more and more. It's a new thing. Kind of surprised me. I was looking up, and then poof, it kind of exploded right to my right as they were taking that shot down the field with the Panthers working from our left to right here. And they're going to honor at the first quarter break the girls tennis team. They took second state. They lost by 1 point.
1 point, yep.
They got a lot of athletes on that tennis team. Coach Jerry Beck's daughter, Allie Beck, on that team. I think she won state.
Coach Turley's daughter also on the team.
Turley is on that team. Yep.
But Morgan Bamer has been the star most of the year. Unfortunately, she didn't have a great state tournament. I think she lost in the semis, but still a fantastic season. She was, I think, undefeated in match play, except for the 2 big tournaments where she lost to Lone Peak girls. So fantastic year, fantastic team.
Yeah, McKenzie had a good year. I think he was the number 2 singles player. Hess had a great year this year as well. They only have one senior.
Telford, by the way, Kenzie Telford is got to be 90 pounds. If
she's tiny.
I mean, she is so small, but she's an incredible tennis player.
Coach told me she serves at 85 miles an hour. I'm like, how does she generate that speed? Dallin Brown, start the quarter, going to run. Design run, going to get down inside the 30, going to walk out of bounds, well, jog out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And looks like, excuse me, that's a 30-yard line down to the 25. That's enough for a first down. Is there a flag down? Why are they not moving the chains?
Don't see a flag. By the way, that was an untimed play to end the quarter, so now we'll go to the first quarter
And that's
break.
why the tennis team came on so fast. I was wondering why they turned around so quickly and didn't get the PA. So that untimed down on the penalty, and now we'll take the break. We'll come back, put second quarter time on the clock. There's the Desert Hills tennis team and Coach Smith right there. And he's going in his fourth year as a coach there. Great recognition for the team. Yeah. 7-6 on the one-loss scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more football action on your Region 9 radio network.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
You can see at the bottom of our screen for our television audience, don't want to leave out the golf team. The golf team down on the field, too, they also took second place in state, 4A state championships last week. But Ashton Davison, I think he was a junior, is your individual medalist in a
the
playoff.
Gold. Yeah, won the gold medal in a one-hole playoff. I had Coach Janas describe to me exactly what happened on the hole. It was fascinating just listening to him tell it to me.
7-iron from 192. Just missed the eagle putt, but tapped in for the birdie.
Yep.
Ashton said it was probably the best lag putt of his life. There's the first play of the second quarter. Tosh Wright.
Well, he had to save a birdie, I think it was, on 18 just to get to the playoff because he was in the sand.
Yeah. You also had Curtis Matheson out there, Dalton Musgrave, a couple other members of the golf team. Another run by the Pineview Panthers down in the Curran Christensen NAI XL Real Estate Red Zone, trying to take the lead for the first time tonight, trailing 7-6.
I think it was Hunter Moore on the reception that time as they go to a little quickness, little 10-second per play.
Here's a throw by Brown, looking, dumping it to the check man over the middle. It's complete down to near the 10-yard line.
There's Isaiah Moten with the catch.
Of course, his older brother was a Panther and a burner. He was fast. But this kid's got a lot of talent. An underclassman, Moten, with his first reception of the night.
I think there's a flag on that play, Devin.
And it will not count. Looks like they're walking backwards.
And Brown just about decapitated the referee on that one, who was right in the middle of that pattern.
So that's costly because instead of about 3rd and 1 or 2, they're going to be 3rd and long. It looked like a spot foul hold against Pineview. So now it's going to be 3rd and about almost 14, Andy.
Yep.
And Brown will go sidecar is right. They're going to flank him out. And now there's pressure coming in. Dallin Brown goes down from the backside. And it looked like Luke Watson was the guy that got there first.
Well, he came on the blitz. Nobody blocked him. He was untouched and as good as Dallin Brown can be. You got to give him a block here and there, man. I mean, he had no chance on that play. Now it's 4th down. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Brooksby out here because he's got a great leg.
Yeah, 4th and 11, we'll call it. They're leaving the offense out there, trailing 7-6.
I thought they'd try a field goal here, Dad.
It would be about a 45-yarder. They're going to take a shot into the end zone, one-on-one, up to Moore, and it just slips through his hands. Had a step behind the DB. That was Sweeten, and Moore can't make the grab, and the Thunder offense will take over from their own 25. Both teams have now turned it over on downs deep in opponent's territory.
Oftentimes you let the offensive player get away with a little pass interference. I thought Moore interfered that time. But I think the bigger problem was he was so busy trying to push off the defender that he didn't get his hands up quite in time. You look at the replay on this one, and his hands just aren't quite ready when the ball got there.
Coach Murdoch, head coach, first year.
By the way, another touchdown for Snow Canyon. They go up 17-6. Ryan Beathers with a 1-yard run on our Hearst States Hardware scoreboard. 17-6 now, Warriors over the Falcons.
Here's the read option given to the running back, and Keena Taufa breaks some tackles to the 40 after the 50, down to the 40, and still going to the 30. Tracked down from the backside near the 20-yard line. A huge run for Keena Taufa into Panther territory.
Yeah, Keena's shown some great wheels there. He did finally get caught from behind, but man, I didn't realize he had that kind of big playability. Right here was the key. They had him, had a clean shot at him, two guys, neither one of them wrapped up, and Taufa made him pay down the right sideline, getting it all the way down inside the 25, inside the 20 to about the 18.
And 1st and 10 for the Thunder. And there is Wilstead now. He's got Saul Andrus flanking him to the left. Doubles to the near side. Zone read give. And Andrus picks his way for probably 4-yard pickup on 1st down.
Got to give Taufa a little break because he just sprinted up the sideline after breaking 2 tackles, 60, 70 yards. So give him a break and let Andrus make some runs. But I'll tell you what, the O-line of Desert Hills getting the job done. He was 3 yards into that before he got hit. A zone read play. This time Wilstead to throw to the left side. Got a guy out there. It's caught, but it's going to be no gain and maybe even a loss on the play on the quick hitter out there to his receiver, Baird.
Loss of about 1.
Yeah, that's going to make it 3rd and 9. I think he lost 2 even on that play. They're trying to attack the edges so that it'll spread the interior out and make room for their running backs, but so far that quick hitter to the outside has not worked for Desert Hills in this game. But big 3rd down coming up right now, Devin. 3rd and 9 from the 17.
Thunder leading 7-6 on the one-loss scoreboard. Wilstead's going to roll, look to throw. Pump fakes, now he's going to fire it, and it's complete on the sideline. Did he get his foot in bounds? The official's marking it. Yes, he did. That's Tate DeNoss again, who caught the 23-yard touchdown.
Here's the problem. He's
Short.
about a yard short of a 1st down, Devin. Good hands by DeNoss. Tiptoed on the sideline there, or off the sideline to get, the reception, but he didn't run his pattern deep enough. See right there, he tiptoes, and he's right at the 8.5, 8 3/4. They've got to get it to the 8, so it's going to be 4th down and about 3/4 of a yard.
Yes, indeed. Here is Andrus, lost his mouth guard. He's picking it up. Now he's left of Logan Wilstead, doubles to the left. DeNoss, a single receiver on the near side. Bronson Anderson in it, tight end. They're going to fake to run that way. Logan Wilstead going to keep it. He's going to tuck it upfield and score. Wilstead with the touchdown run on 4th and 1. And the Thunder extend the lead.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. Randy Wilstead, Logan's dad, said, yeah, Wilstead don't have a lot of speed, but somehow this last one did. And look at Logan. Pulls the ball back in on the option read and then just cuts it upfield, shows the wheels, gets across the goal line, and it's now a 7 and maybe 8-point lead coming up for the Thunder.
Yeah, Utah Gastroenterology extra point coming. 13-6. Callister trying to make it 14. Kick is away, and it is good, and that's big to keep the lead at 8 points. And how about them faking a run behind the Dixie State University football commit, Bronson Andrus? He's got an offer from Coach Mack and the Trailblazers, and he doesn't play offense, Andy. And it's a run the other way, fooled the Panther defense. They extend the lead.
Yeah, 14-6 our score here at Thunder Stadium. By the way, over at Snow Canyon, the Warriors playing for their playoff lives. They win this game, they only have to beat Hurricane to get into the playoffs, but it's a 17-12 game. Canyon View hanging in there with Snow Canyon. Hunter Anderson of Canyon View had a 11-yard run to make it a 17-12 contest about halfway through quarter number 2 over there at Warrior Stadium.
Yeah, and Schwalger got an interception for Dixie, and then a couple plays later, Reggie Graff runs it in. All Flyers, they lead 28-0. If Dixie wins, and they're up 28-0, and they're going to win that game most likely, and Desert Hills, who leads by 8 right now, but a long way to go. It'll be a true Region 9 championship next Thursday night.
Very well could be. Could be a good one, but like you said, we got a long way to go in this one. If Pineview wins this game and then Desert Hills were to beat Dixie,
three-way tie.
we'd have a 3-way tie.
Yeah. Here's the return. No, they say he had his back foot in the end zone. It's called a touchback.
Yeah, kind of a bummer there for Gavin Bateman. Wanted to run that one back, but they wouldn't let him.
I want to thank Rocky Mountain Collision Our big hit sponsor, and if you've taken a hit in a car accident and you need to get your car back the way it was, if not better, get with the pros at Rocky Mountain Collision, 673-7757. They take the dent out of accidents. We've seen a couple of big hits in this game already. Bronson Andrews, a couple of them. One on Tosh Wright going low resonates with me, Andy.
Yeah.
Here it is, Tosh Wright, and boom, he tries to put his head down and push the pile, and he gets 2. Maybe almost a 3-yard game. Remember, Tosh Wright moved across town. He played for Snow Canyon last year. Now a Pineview Panther. And guess who? Bronson Andrews at the bottom of that pile with the tackle.
Yeah, I think 28 and 5 are getting to know each other real well, huh?
You know, it's going to be a tough decision, I think, for Bronson. Between baseball and football. He's loving this season. He's loving this game.
He's poised for an amazing season this year in football or in baseball.
Oh, yeah, I know. I talked to his dad the other day, and he said he can't believe how much fun his son is having playing football. He missed his entire junior year due to I think it was a broken hand.
An incomplete pass by Brown, but as far as Bronson in baseball, last year in baseball, he was in the top 5 in batting average, home runs, triples, and runs batted in.
Don't tell Coach McClure that. He wants to get him to play football and stay in town at Dixie State. There's a quick hitting pass, and then it's a quick hitting tackle by guess who? Number 5, Bronson Andrews.
And Brown had to get rid of that one before he wanted to because the blitz was coming hard. In fact, Brown took a pretty good hit at the end of that one.
And he's going to have to go take a slow walk to the sideline as the punt unit on for the Pineview Panthers.
Here comes the blitz right there on the outside.
Yes, Drew Meredith.
And took him down hard. They were trying for the screen, but well covered by Desert Hills. Like I said, this is one of the best defenses in the state against one of the best offenses in the state. And right now, the defense is winning.
Kick low and unreturnable out of bounds, and that's going to set the Thunder up with field position in Pineview territory. Ref is still walking this off, and he's going to stop at the 40 of the Panthers. What's that, Andy? About a 20-yard kick?
Yeah, 19 yards, I think, on the punt.
Wow. Good opportunity with Thunder in good shape field position-wise, and the lead 14-6. Want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine for their support of Region 9 Athletics. They support each athletic trainer throughout Region 9. Tonight's game, we've got, of course, Pineview's Michelle Hudson and Desert Hills' Sean Norton. Good news, they haven't been out on the field yet. Nobody getting nicked up.
Yeah, Sean chatting me up in the pregame. Good to see him. Good guy.
Here's Logan Wilstead, the junior quarterback. Gives it on a run to Anderson. He shoots through a nice little hole, and that's a Fabulous Freddy's first down, a 12-yard gain inside the Panther 30 down to the 28.
Devin, I got to ask forgiveness. I'm not sure. Is the relation, is Saul and Bronson Andrews, are they brothers, cousins?
I don't think so.
No. Just coincidentally have the same last name. Kind of like the Baird brothers, or the Baird not brothers.
Fake it to Saul Andrews. Wilstead's going to keep it and has to duck out of bounds. And actually, I think going to maybe get a yard, and that's it. Play took a long time to develop, but never really got the corner. Well strung out by this Panther defense.
I was asking earlier about the relation of Cage Baird and Gage Baird. One a great defensive player, one a great offensive player for Desert Hills.
No relation.
They're not related.
Nope.
It's crazy because that's not exactly a super common. Neither is Andrews. Not a super common name.
Man in motion is Barbin making trips to the far sideline, and now a timeout taken by the Panther defense. We'll take it. 30-second timeout brought to you by the Ryan Kramer team at RE/MAX. Back in 30 seconds, Thunder driving up 14-6 on Pineview.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
14-6, Panthers defensively take a timeout. Thunder driving. And down at the 27 of the Panthers. And yeah, we'll be naming a DATS Trucking player for each team as the player of the game, DATS Trucking player of the game. Kind of a tradition for us. And DATS running strong. Plus, they have the Ernie's 2 Sinclair stations, St. George, Hurricane, Cedar, and Beaver. Stop in and get your fuel and your snacks. Best chicken wings in the West. give is to Andrus, and Andrus is going to get the 25. A pickup of about 1, maybe 2, and it's going to be 3rd and a long 7.
Yeah, but how about the move he made? That should have been a loss of 2. He made a nice, watch this move right here in the backfield. They're about to nail him. He goes, nope, I'm going to go this way. Good little help from the offensive lineman on the block, but pretty good move there by Andrus.
Tavita, nice tackle too. Filippo Tavita. Here comes Wilstead back into the huddle. Breaks it quickly. He's got Mortensen, Barban heading to the left side, joining Baird. To the near side is Goulding. Andrus flanking Wilstead out of the gun. Sidecar right. 4-3 look defensively. And here's a pump fake from Wilstead. Now he's going to tuck and run. Has a little crease to the 20, to the 15. Tucks out of bounds near the 11-yard line. And that's going to be a Thunder Fabulous Freddy's first down.
And no offense to Cody Wilstead, his older brother, but Cody couldn't do that. Cody could do a lot of things, but he couldn't do what Logan is doing with the wheels, man.
No,
what a great move.
6'7". I mean, Cody could run, but he was more of a pure pocket passer. And the pump fake kind of helped everything establish itself and had that lane, let his routes develop down the field and stretch things out just long enough that he had some turf in front of him to pick up a big first down deep in the Kern Christensen NAIXL real estate red zone. Doubles to either side. Barban Goulding to the right. Mortensen and Baird to the left. They'll make it trips as Barban goes fly sweep. They give it to him. Barban off a block from Andrus, and he's cut back into traffic, and he got a couple-yard gain inside the 10.
Yeah, got what he could. Knew he wasn't going to get to the corner. Really good job of setting the edge by Pineview. Barban's a smart player, though. He says, all right, I'm not going to get a touchdown here, but I'm going to get 2-3 yards.
First time they've actually given that jet sweep, and you got to do that once in a while. And then it opens up that boot the other way with the quarterback keeper. 5:41 left, second quarter. Thunder knocking on the door. They lead 14-6. And a run right up the middle and not much doing. I mean, 3rd down and probably 5. Now they can get a first down about the 1.5-yard line. Want to remind everybody we're really excited that All-Star Football is coming to St. George. You see a replay of that run up the middle. This January 5th, New Year's Eve, an All-Star game for 8th grade, 9th grade, and for the FCS and FBS. They'll be squaring off here at Desert Hills High School. Get all the details at giufootball.com.
Big one here, and now we're going to have a flag. I think they had too many men on the field and didn't run them off quick enough, and that's the call.
Yep.
When the play is imminent and you have too many guys on the field still, then the referee has to call that on the offense. Defense can run a guy off late. Offense can't do that.
Legal substitution it is. They'll back it up, and it'll be 3rd down. May as well be almost 3rd and goal, and it's certainly a passing situation for Coach Murdoch and the Thunder. Unless they're thinking 4-down territory and they want to try to pop a zone read when the Panthers won't expect it. They're outside the 10. Well, they're right at the 10-yard line. They got to get down to the 1 for a first down.
Got to respect the deep ball still, so, maybe a comeback. What's he calling now? You resetting the clock?
And the clock shows 4:57 and counting, but it didn't stop on the penalty, so they wind it.
Yep.
Wilstead surveys. Twin backfield. Now they'll put Andrus in motion. They'll belly him out. They'll throw it to him on a swing route. He dropped it, and it wouldn't have went anywhere anyways. The hit came immediately from Deshaun Allen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish. Maybe they were assuming Pineview was going to be in a zone, but Pineview was in a man-to-man on defense, and Deshaun Allen was all over that one. No chance. Now field goal time, and this is big. This could make it a 2-score lead.
Yep. Callister will come on. It's going to be about, almost the same as an extra point, just a little bit further.
Yeah, 5-6 yards longer is all.
Yep, going to be about a 26-yarder, and it's up, and it is good. And the Thunder extend the lead to 17-6 over the Pineview Panthers on the 1-loss scoreboard. We'll take the timeout, come back in 30 seconds with the kick. Panthers trailing to Desert Hills.
To support our secretary, Lori Whitehead, and her fight against cancer. Please dig into those pockets and show your support for an amazing lady who does so much for our school and kids. Anything helps, we will present her with the check at the Pink Volleyball game next Tuesday. We would love to see you all there. Thank you so much. Our lady volleyball team is in the crowd collecting. Please be generous. Thank you. Cancer sucks.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you here from Desert Hills High School. Thunder leads 17-6 in our Summit Athletic Club Game of the Week tonight.
Shootout across town, 24-18. Snow Canyon leading Canyon View late in the second quarter. Bretton Stone with the most recent score as he ran it in from about 16 yards out.
Yes, indeed. Kickoff returnable, and up the middle with a head of steam, and under the open go the Panthers, and out across midfield, finally driven out of bounds at about the 45 of the Thunder is Bateman. Bateman looked like Dallin Brown streaking down the sideline.
And you know, kickers get a lot of guff, but I'll tell you what, Callister, the kicker, saved the touchdown there. That's a touchdown for Bateman if Callister doesn't get in the way.
Thank you so much.
And a great return. And yeah, there was two guys, the angle over there coming over to help save the kicker. They had a one-on-one tackle with number 60 for the Thunder. I don't have him in my roster.
Right, but without 35 getting in the way,
Sure, yeah.
I don't think 60 would have caught him.
But no cutback because 60 was coming from the inside.
Yep.
So great field position for the Panthers, trailing 17-6. Brown going to take a shot on first down. One-on-one to Moore. Moore extended the arm and caught it, and it's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pineview. That looked like Brandon Marshall, the subtle little hand to keep the distance from the defensive back, but not enough to draw the flag. And just like that, Panthers back in this game.
Yeah, and that's modern football for you. You know, you're not going to like it if you're a Desert Hills defensive fan right here. Yeah, he had the hand out. That's probably pass interference in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. But in this day and age, that is not pass interference, and that's a touchdown. And just like that, it's 17-12.
Well, it wasn't much, and I don't know if it would have mattered because he had enough of a cushion. And that ball by Dallin Brown.
Perfect.
I know Dallin Brown's got a lot of offers, including right here at Dixie State University. Now Brown's going to keep it. They're going for two, try to catch him on the scoreboard. He pushes in for the score. And it's now 17-14, the extra point. They pass on it. They go for the two-point try, chasing that point back, and they get it. Gutsy move there by Coach Croton. And whose hands do you put it in? Dallin Brown, who just puts his head down and finishes that run off and easily gets in.
That was definitely a manly run right there. After the great run back, the great touchdown pass, and then a manly lower your shoulder and get that 2 points.
Coming up at the half, we'll have the InfoWest halftime report from the internet people. We'll get you updates on all the other Region 9 games. We'll check out the scoreboard nationally, some preseason NBA, some NHL games, including the Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup rematch. And last I checked, it was 2-1 after two. Knights were trailing the Capitals.
By the way, that scoring drive was 9 seconds.
Yeah.
After the run back, it was 19 seconds ago that Desert Hills scored. 10-second run back, 9-second touchdown pass, and we've got a 3-point game. This is shaping up to be a dandy, just like over there at Snow Canyon, 24-18 right now in that game.
Absolutely. Here's the kick from the 40 of Pineview. And Brooksby kicks it into the end zone. It might go through the uprights. Just short.
Just under it. Hey, it bounced over it, though. You see that?
Yep. It did take a high bounce and did cross over the goal, but it doesn't matter. This is an Australian rugby here.
I was just thinking, I always like to tinker and fantasize about what some of the rules might be. Why don't they start giving kickers a point if they can get it through the upright on kickoffs? I mean, they're trying to limit kickoffs, because so many injuries happen in the NFL, things like that.
Well, you see what the Seahawks are doing with Dixon, Michael Dixon? They took him in the 7th round. They moved up to get him. They're literally punting the kickoffs.
Really?
And I'm waiting for the free kick for him through the uprights to get the three that way at some point. I mean, I think it's within the rules. You never see that. That kid is unbelievable. He's probably the Seahawks' best weapon this season.
Yeah, I hope not, because I got Russell Wilson on my fantasy team. So.
Yeah, well, he did have a good game. They played the Rams tough, but a loss is a loss. You get an E for effort, but not an A for winning. 4:20 to go, first half, and 17-14. We're pacing to get that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert for you tonight after the game at Yogurtland to get over 25 points, and that certainly looks like it's doable. And we got a false start. Oh, an illegal substitution again.
Delayed game.
Oh, it was delayed game, he signaled? I wasn't watching on replay monitor. And it'll back the Thunder up 5. First down.
Key 4 minutes in this half. If Desert Hills, at the very least, can hold the ball the rest of this half and go in the half with the lead, I think that's big for them. But if they have to punt it right back to Pineview, give them a chance to score before halftime, that's bad news.
No doubt. And there's a run right up the middle on first down, and not much doing. Got about 2 or 3.
Saul Andrus on the dive play. It was not an option read. That was a straight handoff.
And who came up? Was that Katoa?
Yeah.
That nice tackle by Katoa.
Air flying. Katoa seems to be everywhere. Yeah. I'll tell you, every big play Pineview's had on defense this year that I've been a part of, number 40 was in on it.
Well, there's 2 Katoas, too. There's Koa Katoa, and then there's Mason Katoa, right? Wilstead going to throw on second down and about 12. And he's got his man on the post route, and it's complete. Perfectly thrown ball to Denos, who hauls in another big catch. He opened the game with a 23-yard touchdown reception, and he hauls that in for a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
I thought, what is he doing? That guy's not open, but he threw it to the deep guy, not the up guy, and made a really nice play on it.
And Anoka Falatualo, the offensive lineman for the Thunder, got just enough of a chip block late to keep that pocket clean for Wilstead to complete it. Read option give to Andrus. Saul's going to get 3-yard gain out across the 42 to almost the 43-yard line. Second down and 7. And there's Saul Andrus. He had been fighting a high ankle sprain. This kid's tough. Kina Taouf was more of a pound guy, but boy, he showed some speed. That long run earlier in the half. Good. It's been about since week 1 they've had both guys available for Coach Mark Murdoch. Wilstead going to throw. 2nd and 7. Clean pocket, stays in it. Now he's got to get rid of it, and he's hit, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, he got hammered pretty good by, was that Katoa again?
48 for the Panthers.
48, not 40.
And it'll be 3rd and 7 for Desert Hills.
Taimi on the hit. Kind of a delayed rush, and he got him pretty good and knocked that ball to the
smart by Taimi because he didn't go high.
Yep.
He didn't go low.
Just right in the middle.
Just wrapped him
right
up.
where you're supposed to be.
3rd 7. Plenty of clock here in the second quarter.
Snow Canyon just scored with 13 seconds left in the first half. They now lead 31-18.
Well, Warrior
over Canyon.
There's a big score dessert for you across town for your Warrior fans and Falcon fans if you want to stop by.
Yoderland.
That's the game. Wilson going to throw. Needs a completion. Double clutches it. Incomplete. Looked like it was tipped and kind of knocked it off the route. Yeah, the official says it was tipped, and Barban couldn't go low and keep it off the turf. It's incomplete. And Thunder going to leave the offense on.
Is there a flag?
Is it? Am I off it down? Now it's there. Now they're not changing the stick. Maybe I was off it down.
Well, there was a holding call, and they're gonna decline it, and it should be 4th down.
That's what I was thinking, and probably a punt situation.
Yep.
Okay. Thought for a second I was off on my downs, but I'm not,
So
which is good news.
Pineville have 3 minutes to work with, and they scored in 10 seconds last time.
Yes. And Down Brown ripped off a 55-yard run untouched earlier. This Panther offense can strike quickly.
Big plays, yep.
And back deep is Moten to return it from Callister. Callister going to rugby style it, rolling out, kicking it high, and he didn't get all of that one. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line, it looked like. Now they call it the 36, 1st and 10 Panthers.
Dixie scores again, 38-0 Flyers in the first half against Hurricane. And I was talking to one of my buddies earlier, and I said, how many do you think Dixie will hang on Hurricane? And he said, well, they'll probably call off the Dogs in the second half. And boy, 38-0 in the first half.
Well, yeah, what was it at Pineview the other day? Wasn't it 56-0?
63
to 0.
63-0 a half.
They ended up, they could have hung Hunter, but the continuous clock.
77, 14, 13, something like that was the final? 77-7.
77-13.
Yeah. Well, here we go. 2:54 for Brown and company to work with.
And he's going to roll right, looking to throw for now. And then he's going to tuck, and now he's going to finally run. And he's going to get out across the 40, about the 41, a pickup of about 4 or 5.
Looks like he wanted to throw that one, and that was not a run. That was a pass all the way, and he just kind of never did feel comfortable with where he was going to throw it, so he ended up running for a short gain to the right side.
2:42. Clock stopped. He went out of bounds. Here comes the Panther offense. Brown's going to, It's Croton. Croton slipped into the game. He's wide open. He missed him. And it was almost tipped and caught, but it was incomplete.
That was almost play of the year. Receiver had it go off his hands, was open, couldn't hold on to it, and the deep receiver, Bateman, actually had a shot at it.
2:37 left to go here, first half.
Oh, look at that replay. Yeah,
Almost.
got one hand on it, couldn't pull it in though.
So now third down. And Croton's going to throw. Looking deep. Airing it out. Has a step on the defense. It's overthrown. Incomplete. Looked like he was trying to hit Bateman.
Yeah, had him too. He was open. Ball just a little too deep. And now Pymie's going to have to punt the ball. They only used about 20 seconds, so Desert Hills with an opportunity perhaps.
Yeah, good stop there for Desert Hills to force a 3 and out and give their offense a chance to maybe extend the lead. Panthers punter standing at the 26. Got Moten. And snap is good. He dropped it. He still gets it off. Left-footed. They've switched punters here. And it's a fake return by Cooper Kinney. It's going to backpedal at about the 27, maybe the 28.
Yeah, Brooksby has been punting most of the year for him, but he just had that shank just a moment ago, and maybe trying something a little different, but that one went a whole lot better.
No, and the Thunder can have decent field position.
Got that number for you, Devin. Snow Canyon over across town. In the first half, they have 284 rushing yards in the first half.
That means Mendenhall and
Of that
Feathers and Fry probably running.
They've been letting Miles Reynolds running back too.
Miles,
He's
yeah.
got 80. Fry's got 73, 48 for Stone, 43 for Beathers, 34 for Austin Anderson.
Wow.
Everybody's running the ball in that team. You'd even get a couple of carries at this point.
I doubt it.
Still got the legs, Devin?
No, I play golf. Here's a run by Taufa, and he's got some room. First down and more out to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 15 on first down.
Yeah, Pineview kind of had a nickel D and had an extra DB in there, and Desert Hill says, "Yeah, we're going to run the football." And a really nice hole for Taufa to run through.
For sure. 2:15 and counting left on the Paces Colligan clock. Wilson going to roll right. Looking, nobody open. He's in trouble. Gets the man and misses. He goes by and he throws an interception. Is he inbounds? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Intercepted by the Panthers by Reimer. Daylor Reimer with the Oski.
Yeah, look down. It would look like an NFL play. It's one of those you practice in the backyard. Your dad throws you the ball and you try to tap your toes in on the sidewalk before you go into the grass or vice versa. And he tried to tap his toes in on the sideline and just didn't get it in. Wilson never should have delivered this ball.
He had no window there. No window there. If he should have went a little deeper to Barban, maybe Barban was a little bit open. And Dallin Brown going to keep it on the read. Going to run up the middle. Tackle by Drew Meredith. And he's going to be into Thunder territory.
Clock rolling, 150 now.
6-yard gain for Dallin Brown. The flak jacket on. Quarterback all wearing that at every level nowadays. Protect that rib cage. You get exposed if you take a hit when you're throwing.
Taking a lot of time. Down to 130 now.
Second down and 4, long 4. Brown looking to throw. Blitz comes. Polu at him, but he missed him. Spinning away. Brown still in trouble, though, and he's sacked back at the 45-yard line. And it was Baird.
Yep.
Baird, and
yeah,
I think
Cage Baird.
I think Andrus from one side had an edge because he's spying Brown and he came up, and Baird from the outside, maybe give them both half a tackle. And it looked like that ribcage protector came undone there. You saw a shot of our official trying to kind of make sure it was connected still. Yeah, there's Baird. Got there first. Andrus make sure and finish him off. I think Baird gets the credit with that sack.
That's one of those Brown probably should have just thrown it out of bounds. It would have been third and 3 instead of 3rd and 10.
Brown now, 3rd and long. Going to throw it up in the air. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Double coverage. Watson was over there as well as Braxton Turnbow. And now the Panthers probably going to have to punt this football back to Desert Hills with about 39 seconds on the clock. Desert Hills might be content to go into the half up 17-14, our current score on the one-long scoreboard.
Yeah, unless they get some kind of run back here, I think they should be. Looking deep the whole time. You see, looked off, looked in the middle again, and then finally he's like, you know what, I'm just going to check it deep, see what happens. Andrus with the big hit in the rib cage.
Yeah, he took a shot. Clean hit. Yep. Moten again to punt. I think that's Moten. And they blow the play dead. Timeout taken by Pine View. That's their third timeout. And we'll take just a 30. Brought to you by Ryan Kramer, team at RE/MAX, RyanKramerTeam.com. If you need to buy a house, you need to sell your house. Ryan Kramer back in 30 with the Thunder. And the Panthers locked in a good one.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
It's actually Deshaun Allen. I was mistaken. It's not Moten. It's Allen that stays into punt. This is his second punt of the game. And he puts a lefty foot into it and gets it away pretty good. It's going to be down at about the 22-yard line. I think is where he first touched it. Maybe the 23. And the Thunder will have 32 seconds on the clock, up 17-14. And we'll see what Coach Murdoch wants to do here with the 3-point lead.
Good shot of the coach there for those of you on TV with us, talking with his guys. And I think given the fact that Wilson just threw an interception and there's only 32 seconds left, I think you just run the ball here or take a knee and go into the halftime knowing you have a 3-point lead.
And they've had some big runs. Kina Taufa's had a couple. Saul Andrus has got loose. Wilstead's ran a couple nice ones as well. Maybe you get a big run. Now Desert Hills has, I think, at least 2 of their timeouts left.
Well, you don't want to lose the lead. The very worst that should happen is you should go into half with a 17-14 lead.
Well, here's Wilstead, read option, give, and it's to Andrus, and Andrus is going to pick his way for about a 5-yard gain before he's getting tackled, driven back. Never actually went down. And they're not going to stop the clock, are they? And yes, they are, and the clock didn't stop. They're going to have to add some time back on. Now, the time clock actually worked in their favor against Cedar. If you remember that game for Desert Hills, they gave up a late score, a great catch in the end zone, thrown by Jackson Garrett. 13.8 seconds on the clock. They throw a little lateral hitch route to Gage Baird, who goes all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And then they get the timeout from the sideline. I looked up as I called that play dead, and there was zeros on the clock. Officials said no, 1.8 seconds or 1.4 seconds, I can't recall exactly. And Callister came out, kicked the game winner, and that's really the big reason why Desert Hills is still undefeated.
Yeah, I think Coach Murdoch, we had him on the post game here on ESPN Radio, and he was like, I kind of thought the game was over. I thought we lost, but he says I was screaming and run. He ran on the how far did he run? Like 30 yards onto the field trying to get the timeout.
Well, he said he thought he got it in time. He said normally a play doesn't take 13.8 seconds. So he felt like there was time, and when he called it immediately upon tackle, and officials agreed there was time left. And the relay to signal it dead, it's a long play to get it up to the booth. I'm thinking it was probably the right call. Cedar didn't like it, though. Here we go. Going to call a little screen bubble for Baird, and Baird is going to be hit. Rocky Mountain collision, and that might be a high hit there by Deshaun Allen. The 2 flags came down. And that might help the Thunder out. There's only 16.4 seconds, but maybe there was a legal block in the back, too, on that. I didn't see, Andy.
We'll sort it out.
The hit didn't look too.
I feel like officials nowadays, and not these guys in particular, but officials in general, a little oversensitive about where the helmet's at.
Well, I think they're taking a long time to talk about this because maybe there's some questions what everybody saw. And here comes our head referee for a signal. And it's going to be a hold on Desert Hills. So maybe both officials.
And a personal foul in Pine View, which will offset.
Hit to the head, they'll offset, and they'll replay the down. Second down.
Yeah, I really think Desert Hills is playing with fire here. I think they need to just go into half with the lead. mean, I know you want to extend that lead, but that's a lateral pass. If Pine View jumps that pass, Desert Hills is losing at the half.
Yeah, there's the hold there. Kind of came late from.
There's the big hit by now. Looked relatively clean to me. I mean, like I said, I kind of feel like our modern culture had a little oversensitive to that play. But
the concussion statistics have kind of got everybody's attention.
Yeah, I know. I was dazed and confused a few times when I played football.
Oh, they fumble the reverse, and the Panthers have it. Andy, your sentiments about just going to the half up might just cost the Thunder points.
Don't
Colby
get
Hansen
cute.
with the recovery.
Yeah, don't get cute. I mean, you're ahead. You're on your own end of the field.
Well, Andrus flips it here. He throws it to him. He doesn't hand it. He flips it. And Barban just, your momentum is taking you one way, and Barban couldn't catch that flip pass.
I mean, there's no reason to be running that play, in my opinion.
I mean, you love it. You know, this is far from over, even if you're up 3 at the half or down. I mean, this is a long way to go. But, yeah, this certainly could give some momentum to Pine View. Andrus comes up. Brown's going to roll throw, and it is incomplete. Oh, my goodness. He turned around. Tosh Wright had it at his ankles. It looked like he had a chance to catch it low, but he couldn't get the handle.
Couldn't quite get down there. Tosh is a big, strong kid. It's hard to get down that low. Couldn't quite get there. And that was 3.9 left. They'll send Brooksby out to try to tie this thing up at the half in a gift of 3 points if they get him.
And it is the field goal unit on. This is going to be about a 38-yard attempt, but there's going to be a Desert Hills timeout first.
Ice the kicker?
Looks that way. Connor Brooksby will have to wait just a minute.
It's cold for St. George. It's probably in the 50s right now, but and you're watching hockey on your computer over there, so I guess you can ice the kicker. Little icing call, little blue line, huh?
Yeah, I thought, you know, in timeouts, I saw that Vegas Knights score was 2-1. It started the third period, so, you know, technology. I turned it on. I'm not watching it, folks.
I know. There was a time I was a huge hockey fan back when Theo Fleury and the Calgary Flames and. You know, and I used to buy the NHL, you know, whatever year it was, and play it on the Xbox and stuff. But it's kind of falling out of favor to me a little bit.
Well, now that I look, power play goal for the Capitals in this break. Here's the kick. It's going to be a 38-yard attempt.
Not sure about the wind. I'm looking around for a flag. There was some breeze out there in the pregame, but. They call a penalty on Desert Hills. Make it a 33-yard kick.
Yeah, they're marching it back 5. I didn't see a signal. Did you?
I didn't see what penalty he called, but I caught the very end of it. He pointed at Desert Hills. So
3.9 seconds. This is a little bit more doable now for Brooks. He had the leg to get it from 38.
He's got plenty of leg. It's just a directional thing now. Hunter Moore is the holder. Just to tie, though.
33-yarder to settle.
And he takes us. He's going to exhaust those timeouts and ice that kicker.
Yeah, well, I mean, not a bad decision. Make him think about it a little longer. And our timeout brought to you by the Ryan Kramer team. I want to thank them, and I want to also tell you about Intermountain St. George Acceleration. They train a lot of these kids growing up in Southern Utah at Acceleration. And I mean, guys down on the field that are stars for these teams, guys like Bronson Andrus, you know, guys like Sean Allen, they all train at Intermountain St. George Acceleration. And the season of speed will be coming up. And check out Intermountain St. George Acceleration on Facebook, Instagram. Look them up. Get your kids faster, jumping higher. Brendan Ames and the staff down there, Dana, they do an incredible job. My kids have been down there training a little bit. I got an 7th and 8th grader, and it's work. They train them hard. Here's the kick, and it is up, and it is good.
Perfect.
And plenty of distance from probably 45-50 for Brooksby. And we're tied 17-17 as the clock hits triple zeros. And Andy, your thoughts on the first half? Entertaining first half of football, kind of what we hoped for and kind of what we expected tonight.
Yeah, I really thought we'd have a great ball game. I thought it'd be a little bit lower scoring. I would, you know, maybe 10-7 or 7-7 at half, but we're at 17 all, and I expect the second half to be every bit as entertaining as we got, the stars are out tonight. Saul Andrus, Keena Taufa, Logan Wilstead, Dallin Brown, Tosh Wright, Michael Moore. The stars are out tonight here at Thunder Stadium.
All right, 17-17. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with scoring recaps, analysis. We'll also get you maybe some highlights of the first half, recap everything, get you scores from around the region as well inside the InfoWest halftime report. Coming back at you, 17-17 at the break after this.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry, did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience, mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this.
I need a one dance.
And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
And wonderful memories to last her a lifetime. Mr. Taylor said of Coach Dyer, Coach Dyer has been the full package, an excellent teacher who knows how to work with her students, a dedicated coach.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. However you might be accessing us on 97.7 ESPN, on sportsradio977.com, or CEC TV, TDS channel 22. It's 17-17 Pineview Desert Hills. Down on the field right now, Andy, before we get deep into our discussion, our InfoWest halftime report, Principal Rusty Taylor with a nice tribute to Coach Dyer, the longtime Desert Hills girls golf coach. How about 10 straight region championships and 9 straight state championships? She's retiring as the golf coach, and a nice little tribute to her. Unbelievable job, to say the least. 9 straight state championships. I mean, Desert Hill's barely been in school for 9 years, Andy, and she's won it every year almost.
I remember the first time I covered them, it maybe for year 4 or 5 of that dynasty, and she had gotten married somewhere along the way because her last name was Johnson or something like that. She got married and took on the name Dyer, and I said, Coach, it was cool that you could take over for this other Lori person and continue the dynasty. She goes, oh, that's me too. And about 5 years later, I had forgotten. I asked her the same stupid question. And she's like, you don't remember? I'm like, what? And she goes, that was me too. I got married. I'm like, oh, okay. But, yeah, I mean, I've had the opportunity now to cover them 5 or 6 years in a row. And the thing about it is, when you know you're a dynasty when not only you keep winning, but everybody else is kind of competing to see who can finish second.
Yep.
They already know, we're not going to be able to beat these guys. So for the other teams, a successful season is to finish second. That's how good Desert Hills girls golf has been over the years. Been unbelievably good.
Yeah, I saw, former Desert Hill player Kyla Smith with a nice top 20 today for SGU. Katie Ford is playing her senior season, but she's having a baby. Congratulations to Katie Ford, formerly Katie Perkins. And she's going to be back in the spring, though.
How do you swing a golf club when you're having a baby?
She played
That's
the
amazing.
San Hollow tournament,
That's
8
amazing.
months pregnant a week and a half ago. And I think she finished in the top 25.
My excuse for I always said I was a bad golfer because I couldn't swing around my big belly, but I guess I don't have a good excuse anymore. She did it.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Dyer on a great run as head coach. And I've heard, I haven't seen an official press release, but but I think they've announced or will soon announce the new successor to Coach Dyer here at Desert Hills.
And do you have inside scoop on who it is?
Yeah, I think it's Coach Myers is his name, but I got to be careful because I haven't seen an official release. But that's somebody texted me that it was going to happen, but I better hold back on that. Desert Hills drill team, boy, they've been state champs. They're performing now at the half.
Tempest Lane, yeah.
Yeah. Marcy Christensen does a heck of a job. These girls, man, they put in the time. Region 9 drill is competitive, Andy.
Yeah.
And they're performing at the half. 17-17, Desert Hills, Pineview, as we caught our breath in the break there for a minute. And let's recap the scoring in this game as both teams scored on their opening drive.
Yeah, it was Tate Denaz, a 23-yard touchdown pass from Logan Wilstead. That came just 4 minutes and 8 seconds into the game and made it 7-0. Pineview, though, on the very next drive, matched it. It was a 55-yard run by Dallin Brown. That came just 1 minute and 8 seconds after the Denaz TD. However, the extra point was no good, so it was 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Early in the second quarter, it was Logan Wilstead scrambling. A little option read, faked the handoff, went to the left, cut up in the hole, showed the great wheels. His TD made it 14-6 with 8:36 to go in the first half. Logan Callister added a field goal 4 minutes later to make it 17-6. Kind of felt like Desert Hills was starting to take control. They kind of had Dallin Brown figured out, you felt like, and stuff. But Michael Moore got a touchdown pass, a 50-yarder from Brown after a long kickoff return by Gavin Bateman. And that made it 17-14 because Brown ran in the two-point conversion. And then Desert Hills turning the ball over late in the half. There were just 30 seconds or so to go, and they turned the ball over on a reverse play where the ball was flipped and dropped, and Pineview recovers. They were able to turn that into a three-pointer, a Connor Brooksby 33-yard field goal, and that is why we're tied at 17 here at the break.
And you kind of alluded to it right before the fumble that maybe the Desert Hills should just go into the half with the 3-point lead, but they tried the misdirection. I can't say I you know me, I love the trickeration.
And see, you and I are different there because I'm a conservative guy.
It backfired.
I'm a conservative guy. I never would have tried trick on my own 30-yard line, 25-yard line with 30 seconds left. I've been like, let's take a knee, we're ahead.
Yep.
But in this case, I'm right. But usually you're right.
Yeah,
so.
no, I mean, it backfired that time. But still, we haven't settled anything. 17-17.
No.
And Desert Hills did the first, so they will get the ball to start the second half with possession. Take a look at some scores from around Region 9. Right now, early in the third quarter, I'm assuming that game just about to start. Crosstown at Snow Canyon. This is a big game. If Canyon wins this game, they're into the playoffs. They'll be the 4 seed, and good for them if they do it. But right now, they're going to have to come back to do it. They're down 31-18 to Snow Canyon. Snow Canyon has to win this game and beat Hurricane next week, which is winless. Hurricane Tigers are getting beat tonight by the Dixie Flyers.
That's 52-0 right now.
Yes, indeed. And so we'll see what happens. Very winnable game if they can get past Canyon View tonight. And a lot of offense in this game. Colton Shumway thrown for 144 yards and a touchdown. Landon Fry 6 and 9 for 66 yards, but 2 touchdowns. But the ground game for Snow Canyon is really working there.
284 yards rushing in the first half. That's crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a crazy number.
No doubt. Miles Reynolds is leading the way. He's got 89 yards on the ground, but there's a bunch of guys there just ground and pound. Fry's running from the quarterback position. Mendenhall, Beathers, Stone, they're all getting in on the act over there at Snow Canyon. So Dixie is leading big. They're going to win. Canyon View is going to have to come back to punch their playoff ticket down 31-18. Here we're all tied at 17 in our Summit Athletic Club game of the week. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll talk second half adjustments. We'll also get you some scores from around the country tonight after this 17-17 on the One Law Scoreboard inside the halftime show, presented by InfoWest on CEC TV and 97.7 ESPN.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Oh, lunchtime, I'm starving.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Carrick, have you heard about the most exciting new thing on campus this semester?
Oh, you must be talking about the new grandstand addition on the east side of Trailblazer Stadium.
No, man, that's actually not what I'm talking about.
Oh, you must be referring to the new Human Performance Center they're building on campus.
Well, that's a good guess, Carrick, but nope, wrong again.
Oh, I know. You mean that this is the first season for Dixie State as a full member in the RMAC?
All those things are really exciting, Carrick, but the most exciting new thing on campus is the new Trailblazer Weekly show every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
You're right. That is more exciting. Trailblazer Weekly, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you here inside our InfoWest halftime report. Don't have the complete Wilkinson's statistics. I want to thank Wilkinson's, unique place to shop, lights, fans, home decor, and more. Contractors, homeowners, all shop at Wilkinson's. But an entertaining game in this first half, to say the least.
Yeah, did want to update you on stats from the Dixie game. They're at 52-0 at half.
Oh, it's going to be one-sided, isn't it?
Hurricane has 4 turnovers in the first half. Statistically, not as bad as you might think. Dixie 250 yards. Hurricane does have 82 first-half yards, but 4 turnovers. And Reggie Graf, 7-11, 90 yards and a touchdown. Preston Moore is averaging 20.2 yards per carry. He has 6 carries, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns to lead the Flyers. And I'm not sure why Weston Benuelos isn't playing. He does not have a carry in this game. I don't know if
he got nicked up a little bit last week. He
so
played through it. Yeah, probably resting him for Desert Hills next week, keeping him fresh and healthy. Cade, who is one of our interns at ESPN Radio, is tweeting that there's actually now 5 turnovers in that game. So maybe another one.
That's 5th one, huh?
Yeah. Too many, though, for the Hurricane Tigers.
That'll be continuous clock second half as they get to the mercy rule. 52-0 Dixie leading that one. Again, 31-18 Snow Canyon leading Canyon View. Right here, 17-17 all, Devin, as they a little kick contest that they have. How far can you hit a field goal, Devin?
I did this, actually. HS Insider Magazine actually had me go down last year at halftime of a Desert Hills game. I happened to be here on the broadcast. I went down there, and they put me next to Bill Hansen, former BYU kicker that was part of some great Dixie high school teams back in the day. And I made my first one. I'm feeling pretty good about it, even though it was about 20 yards shorter than Bill's and went outside the stadium parking lot over there. And then I went back, and I think I made my second one, and I missed my third one from, what would that be, like 30 yards? They go 20, 30, 20, 25, 30?
About 30 yards.
And then Bill, I think, finally missed one at like 45 or 50 yards. He raised a ton of money for one of the school clubs down here. Yeah.
Brought a ringer in, did they?
Hey, Knights down 4-2, 8:48 left in the third. Power play goal. Then the Knights scored back, cut it to 3-2, but Fleury gives up another goal. It's been a rough start to the season for the netminder for the Golden Knights, Marc-Andre Fleury. And we'll see if maybe Subban gets some starts here down the road. Their young up-and-coming goalie. And then you do have some preseason NBA tonight. Wizards beat the Pistons. Magic beat the Grizzlies. Raptors beat the Nets. Jazz, what are they? They finish up their preseason is tomorrow against the Sacramento Kings, and then the season opens next Wednesday in Sacramento. First home game is a week from Friday at home against Golden State. A lot of people projecting them third in the West behind the Warriors and the Rockets.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing because injuries become a factor. I mean, you know, imagine the Jazz without Donovan Mitchell for a month or 2 months, and what that would do to their season. Imagine the Warriors without Steph Curry. Imagine, well, I guess we might have to imagine the T-Wolves without what's his name, but.
Well, he supposedly scrimmaged today and tore it up. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Little drama going on in Minnesota, no question.
Yeah.
It'd be weird with, Kawhi Leonard now not a Spur in Toronto, and I mean you got now LeBron James in LA. I'm actually really excited about what we're going to see in the NBA this year. But at the end of the day, I almost am like, oh great, who just give the Warriors the title right now. They have everybody back. They're just reloading.
Yeah, I heard you chatting with Ryan Ball earlier about it, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, injuries can be such a thing, and all it takes is one guy, one very important guy on a team to be out for a while, and it changes everything. But I like the Celtics this year. I mean, with Hayward, if Hayward can get back to where he was, Celtics is going to be really good.
Let's do this. Let's take another 60-second timeout. We'll come back. Andy will talk second half adjustments. At the break, it's 17-17 between the Panthers and the Thunder here on ESPN Radio, CEC TV.
Hey Dixie State fans, this is Carrick Segmiller.
And Drayson Ball.
We're here to tell you about Trailblazer Weekly, our new show airing every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
On Trailblazer Weekly, we'll bring you in-depth interviews with Dixie State coaches, administrators, and student athletes. We'll also keep you up to date with all the latest Trailblazer Athletics news and game analysis.
Don't miss a second of the action. If it's anything Dixie State Athletics, it's on Trailblazer Weekly every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you. Having some fun. We haven't settled the thing. 17-17 here. Andy, let's talk real quickly. Desert Hills, what do you expect different from the Thunder adjustment-wise in the second half?
Well, first of all, let me make this statement. Coach Murdoch took some chances at the end of the first half. More power to him. He's the head coach. He was trying to make something happen. And if they put together that double reverse, and I think it was going to be a double reverse pass, they score on that play, and it's 24-14 at the half. And he looks like a genius. And it didn't work out because they fumbled the ball. But I think, for Desert Hills, I think they've done a fantastic job of containing Dallin Brown. They're taking a lot of chances and allowing man coverage. But Pineview hasn't made him pay, really. One deep ball is all that they've been able to complete. So I like the fact that they're taking chances and it's paying off for them defensively. I think they need to continue to do that. I don't think they need to make any adjustments on defense. I think they're doing a fantastic job. For Pineview, I think defensively, they really need to make Wilstead beat them. Stop that run because the run is killing them up the middle.
Kickoff end over end, and it's going to be into the end zone for the touchback off the foot of Callister. Bateman wanted to return it, but dead ball. You know me, I'm not a big fan of if they want to run it back. But obviously with injuries, you see a lot of blindside blocks. If it touches that goal line, it's a dead ball, and take it at the 20.
I guess my opinion at this point now, if kickoffs are that big of a problem injury-wise, take them out of the game. Just everybody start at 25 and just call it good.
Yep. Here comes Dallin Brown. We saw a little bit of McLeod Croton in the first half, but Brown, most of the job was his as a signal caller. He's going to fire on first down, little hook route, and it's complete for a short gain of maybe 5 out to the 25-yard line. Tackle made immediately by Cooper Kinney.
So, Dallin Brown is such an amazing athlete, and I have to ask you this, Devin. Did we get a goal down there, by the way?
Yeah, Patchy, the new newest member of the Vegas Golden Knights, with a beautiful, beautiful goal. Knights are down 4-3. Keep you posted.
Do you feel like Brown is an athlete playing quarterback, or is he a quarterback who happens to be a good athlete?
Probably the first option. And there's a tackle by Dallin Brown, and coming up, Dawson Mayfield drops him. Only a gain of a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down.
That's a heck of a play. That's a heck of a play on the outside.
Was that Andrews or Mayfield? I couldn't tell if it was 5 or 6.
I thought it was 6 myself.
Here comes.
Mayfield.
It's the read option.
Andrews is in pursuit. It's Mayfield that makes the play.
Yep, Mayfield comes off of him, and now 3rd down. They're going to throw. Brown looking, and he got his man on a deeper out route. About a 7-8 yard out route for the completion out to the 35-yard line, and a Fabulous Freddy's first down. Don't forget, fuel it up, wash it down, and feel fabulous. You and your car. They got the unlimited car wash pass for just $25 a month, and you get VIP washes every Tuesday included in your package, and that was Moten with the grab to move the chains.
Isaiah Moten with the curl, just beyond the first down marker, gained about 10 yards, and probably keeps the drive alive. They're forcing Brown to throw it.
Yeah, he's going to throw, but he's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe fall forward for a yard, and that's it.
And again, this is what they did. This is what Dixie did to him. They said, we're just going to stand at the line of scrimmage and contain and make you throw the football, and he couldn't beat him now. Mason Krager, by the way, on the tackle that time. Right there.
Yep. Little shoestring at the end. Brown's taking some shots tonight.
Yep.
2nd down and 9. Read option. He's going to run it right behind Tosh Wright. Bounce off of him, and then he's swarmed up. And he's going to fall forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3. We'll see where they umpile. But still containing Dallin Brown so far early on.
Yeah, again, it's like I said, they're staying at the line. They're not really rushing the quarterback that hard. They're just staying at the line and saying, all right, this is the kind of the line of demarcation. You can't get past here. And there they are, just fighting the battle. See, nobody's really trying to penetrate. They're just trying to make sure he doesn't go.
Watson and Andrews on the tackle. Now 3rd down, going to throw. Under pressure, Andrews gets chipped after a nice little move, and then going to throw the fade route, and it is almost interception, almost caught, then incomplete. But a flag flies in at the end of that play. Maybe PI.
Little underthrown by Brown. He had Michael Moore streaking down the left sideline. He had a good shot at him. It was the Turnbow on the coverage. But, the underthrow means the receiver tries to stop, and the defender never got his head turned around until it was too late.
9:39 to go, 3rd quarter, early moments of the 2nd half. And the penalty, going to back them up here.
Andrews had a good shot at him for the sack and couldn't get him. And again, it was just a little underthrown.
I don't know if there's PI.
Oh, that's a tough call.
I don't think there's enough. You hear some boo birds out in the crowd, and I thought there was a call earlier that went against Pineview that was probably clean, and now this one against Desert Hill is probably clean. They all kind of even out in the wash, but home faithful didn't see it that way on that play. Read option give to Tosh Wright, hit immediately and dropped for a short gain. Pretty darn good tackle up front by the big guy. I haven't called his name a lot tonight, Mason Krager, but a couple times. Another tackle, probably 3rd or 4th tackle of the night for him.
Snow Canyon and Canyon View combined for 49 points in the first 2 quarters. Neither team scores in the 3rd quarter, so they go to the 4th quarter. It's still a 31-18 game.
Roll out pass, and now it looks like it's going to be a run. Dallin Brown's going to have about 5-6 yard gain, and he dropped about the 39-yard line. And that's what makes him so tough. Stretch the field out. You got a lot of vertical routes, and then he's rolling out, and then he decides to tuck and run.
Is it 3rd or 4th, Devin? 3rd down?
I think 3rd and 5.
Okay.
Kyle Campbell, AD here at Desert Hills, just delivered a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Thank you, Kyle.
No barbecue sauce.
And I have to say, had a parking spot for us to get up to the
first time anybody's ever gotten us a spot, I think.
And there's a throw to the chains, and it's a 1st down catch.
Taylor Reimer.
Yep, Reimer right on the sideline, keeps the feet inbounds, and a good throw from Dallin Brown.
Very well executed. By the way, Snow Canyon up over 300 rushing now in that game. And look at the bullet thrown by Dallin Brown right at the stick.
Not 1 but 2 feet in.
Yep.
8:30 left, 17-17 tie on the 1-loss scoreboard. Brown going to throw. Looking, pump fakes, stays in the pocket. Now he's going to tuck and run. And he's going to have some turf in front of him. First down run down out to the 24, 23-yard line, it looks like. Another Fabulous Freddy's first down. Boy, you think he's contained. You think you're keeping in the pocket, and boom, he finds some running lanes.
Yeah, outruns Krager to the corner.
They'll go quickly.
Yeah, big first down run by Brown. They seem they're getting like 10.5 yards per play now.
Taking a shot over the top and too strong, incomplete in the corner of the end zone. Looked like he was trying to hit Reimer, Gaylor Reimer, but overshot him by a good yard or two.
Yeah, a little too much juice on that one. Had him in, it was a post corner. Did the post here, now he turns to the corner, and then Brown just overthrew it.
So second down. And out of the gun, sidecar right is Tosh Wright. Going to fake it to Tosh. Brown going to keep it. Going to backpedal and slip, and he's tackled immediately by Baird. Ball comes out, but I think he was down. They're saying immediately he was down. Ball hit the turf and then popped up.
Boy, that one looked like his feet just kind of whoosh right out from it, like he stepped on a banana peel. Torn shirt and everything. Down Brown, a warrior out there. Good pursuit by the defense, but that one got a little help from the turf. Watch his feet just go slip right out from under him, right there. Oop.
Yeah, trying to make that hard plan after he backtracked. Bronson Andrews jumps on it, but certainly looked down, and that was the call on the field.
Now Croton at quarterback.
And he's going to throw, looking over the middle, and it is tipped and incomplete. Double coverage was there. Watson collided with the other defensive back. He looks like he's down. And here comes Coach Murdoch. Turnbow was the guy I think he ran into. Watson slow. Coach Murdoch out there. I'm sure Sean Norton, the Intermountain medical staff, will take a look at Watson. Here's the replay. Great break on the ball by Watson. It looked like he just face mask grinded into the turf there. And maybe just a little shaken up.
Yeah, Sean Norton walks him off. Says, you all right? You be okay? And they're going to bring Brooksby out. Another field goal try. This one from 43.
This would give the Panthers their first lead of the game. Trailed 7-6. Trailed 14-6. Trailed the whole way until right before the half. They tied it with the field goal. 17-17 game. It'll be about a 43-yard attempt.
Plenty long.
Looks like it is good. And the Panthers have the first lead of the night, 20-17 on the one-loss scoreboard. Check the clock, brought to you by Paces Colgan. 7:29 left, third quarter. When we come back after this, let's hold it right here. There is a flag down on the field. It's against Desert Hills.
Now, unless it's a first down flag, I think you got to decline it and take the points.
The referee's going to come over, explain to Coach Osner, and he'll make a decision if he wants to keep the field goal. And here comes the signal. And I'm sure Coach Osner is going to leave those points on the board. It's running
into the kicker. That's just a 5-yard penalty, so take the points.
All right, we'll take the 30-second timeout. Kickoff when we come back. 2017 Panthers. Take a look on the replay as we go to break. Nice leg kick and just a little run into there. Be right back.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you here on your Region 9 Radio Network. Game of the Week presented by Summit Athletic Training Center featuring Cubex, now open 863 South Bluff Street. Panthers lead it 20-17 after the 43-yard kick by Brooksby. And the Thunder set to receive here, middle of the third quarter. Cooper Kinney back deep with think that's Gage Baird, the other return man, and it's going to be a little adrenaline flowing for Brooksby after he nailed the field goal. That one way out of the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, gets a touchback. He's now hit back-to-back field goals to change this game. It was 17-14 late in the half. In the last, actually, as time expired, he hit a field goal to end the first half and tie it. And then now at the 7:29 mark of the third quarter, he hits his second field goal. First one was 33, second one 43. And that one actually, as good as Brooksby has been, about 5 yards further, and that one's not good. But he did get that one in, and it's now a 2017 Panther lead.
7:29 left to go. Taking some time there, breaking the huddle for the Thunder. Probably, that's the first time the Thunder offense have had to trail and have a drive, so we'll see what they decide to do.
And see if Pineview makes some adjustments, stops that dive play, and there it is.
Oh, they cross-read it, and they give to the second guy through. That's Taufa, and nowhere to go. He's going to lose yardage.
That one took a long time to develop. It was like the first guy and then the second guy got it, and by the time the second guy got it, the penetration was there. Yeah, play action kind of, and gave it to the second man through, and Pineview with a great penetration.
Give some credit to Dylan Larson, the senior linebacker. He got there first.
Yep.
And then I think kind of helping out was Colby Hansen finishing him off. So second down after the loss of long three.
Comes a blitz.
And they dump it on a hot route over the middle of the screen, or the slant route to Barban, though, and it's incomplete.
Deshaun Allen with the great defense right over the middle, tipped that ball away. You see Deshaun right there. What's that big black spot on the top of his head? That paint chipping off?
It could be.
Guess he's a hard hitter if his paint's chipping off his helmet.
Yeah, maybe they took some black helmets and painted them white. I don't know. And that ball just thrown a little behind, and that allowed Allen to recover and deflect it out of the way. Pass breakup stat. Deshaun Allen probably one of the league leaders. I'm not keeping that stat. I don't know if anybody is, but
PBU though, it is a stat.
Oh yeah. And Wilstead now third and long, going to roll and throw short of the sticks. It's complete, and then taken down immediately. It's going to be a gain of about 7. But it's going to be punt situation for the Thunder. Hit Bo Barban, but he was dropped immediately.
That loss on the first play of their series where they lost, 4 yards, that really put them behind the sticks because at that point you've got to break it in half, try to get 6-7 yards each time. They didn't get it on second down. And third and 14 is really hard at the high school level. You almost have to go deep, a post-type play. Anything underneath like that, and they're going to scramble to the ball, and that's what Pineview did, and now it's fourth down.
Callister, rugby style, going to fake it. They're going to fake it. And they're going to run outside to the 20-25 and hit and fumbles out of bounds. And is it dead where he fumbles? It fumbles out past the 30. He was hit at about the 28, and it's not recovered by Pineview.
Now, there's a rule in the NFL. You can't fumble forward on fourth down, and the guy has to recover it himself. But I don't think that's a rule in high school. And I think they're going to give him the first down, and they're going to talk about it right now, the officials.
It was fumbled, it looked like maybe a yard or two shy of the line to gain, which was the 30. And now here comes our official, and he's going to go first to Pineview sideline across the field.
They're going to mark it where the fumble went out of bounds, and that'll make it a first down, even though he actually got hit short of the first down and fumbled the ball.
That's the first time I think I've ever done a broadcast where a fumble might have helped a team that goes out of bounds.
Well, I mean, you could make the case they do it on purpose, Why not shovel the ball forward if you're not going to get the first down, throw it out of bounds? And
that's why it's a rule. That's what Coach Hosner's lobbying. He's like, that's what he's saying. As he actually just on our CEC shot here for our online and TV crew said.
Yeah, Hosner's saying he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. The hit did come. That was a pretty hard hit. I don't know that I would agree with it. It was on purpose.
Do we have that on replay in the truck? And yeah, let's see when the hit comes. They're almost ready for live football again. But when the hit comes, does he fumble on purpose? Right.
Cooper Kinney,
no, he didn't fumble on purpose.
Nope, he was hit. Here's a shot by Wilstead. He's got Baird behind the defense, and it's complete to the 25-yard line. Knocking on the Kerr Christensen NAIXL red zone with the hookup deep down the left sideline. Baird hauled it in.
What a crazy turn of events, Devin, we have in this game. You run a fake on your own 30-yard line. You don't make it. Fumble the football out of bounds. Very next play, you go deep for a 40 or 50-yard gain. We got a whole new ball game now.
Here's the throw. Wilstead looking, taking a shot into the end zone to Baird, and he just overshot him, incomplete.
Yeah, had him on a double move. It was a post corner again. Baird was open. That should have been 6, just a little bit overthrown by Wilstead.
Do you love the aggressiveness of Coach Murdoch tonight?
Oh, yeah.
He is taking chances, taking shots, pulling out the trickeration. He didn't, it kind of bit him there with the field goal at the end of the half, but he goes back to a fake punt, reverse.
It almost bit him there, too, because he didn't have the first down when he got hit.
But Pineview was not suspecting that much. We think we can both agree.
Yep.
And there's the run on the read up the middle. Zone read tonight has been in effect for both teams. And Wilstead gave it, and it was Andrus. And Andrus, that high ankle sprain. He's got a heavily taped both ankles, and he comes up very, very, very gimpy. And Kina Taufa into the game at running back.
You see that last drive when they had 3rd and 14, they ran about a little 8-9 yard hitch, and it worked perfectly except for they had to get 14, not 8 or 9. Now it's 3rd down and about 6. That same play would be perfect right here.
Saul Andrus is upset. Sean Norton, Intermountain Medical Team over there looking at him. Taufa going to pound and a bruising run. He carried would-be tackler 3-4 extra yards there down inside the 15-yard line.
That's a pretty interesting call to go with the zone read on 3rd and 6 when they've had success passing the ball. It caught, I think, Pineview by surprise. He got 5 of the 6 they needed. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard.
And no Callister. There he is. Callister's putting the tee down. So they will try to tie this game at 20. This is going to be about a 32-yarder. And Kina Taufa was running like he was life depended on it, but it's just too far to haul those 2 tacklers for Pineview. Great defense.
Big kick here. Both these teams with good kickers. Callister, I expect, will make this.
High snap and hold this down, and it looks good, and it is good. And your Utah Gastroenterology kick is up and through, and Callister ties this game at 20. We've seen a good one here tonight, and want to thank Utah Gastroenterology. Did you know that colonoscopy is the most effective method of screening for colon cancer? You can detect and prevent cancer in just one procedure. Visit Utah Gastroenterology online today at utahgastro.com. And Andy, the fumble forward, that's going to be a little discussion point for us. And I don't have the rule book with me here, but obviously the officials sorted it out and said it is a first down. Coach Hosner didn't like it.
Well, one thing I will say, it did not look like an intentional fumble at all.
No.
I mean, that was a legit hit and a legit fumble. Now, maybe if it's 4th down and you're not going to make it, maybe you're a little looser with the ball so that a fumble is more likely. But
he just never switched it to the left hand.
Yeah, he didn't
and
do
the
it on
hit
purpose.
came from the inside of the field through the football.
Yep.
And so I'm with you. 4:48 to go. Callister, after the field goal, kicks it in the end zone for the touchback.
Great ball game going on here. Still the same score. They've got a 6:27 left in the game over at Snow Canyon, and the Warriors still lead 31-18. 49 points in the first half, 0 so far in the second half.
Coach Gary Croton.
Yes, that Gary Croton.
Yeah, BYU, Oregon State, went to Chicago Bears, OC, LSU when they won a national championship. Then it was back in the state, was it with SUU. They went down to Stephen F. Austin, and now he's back here in St. George.
Semi-retired. He's had a couple of back surgeries like I've had and getting over those, and still a genius offensively.
And Dallin Brown going to go to work. Croton's got the play call. And Dallin Brown's going to roll left and tuck and run. And he's going to be shoestring tackled out of bounds, and not much of a gain. Maybe a couple-yard pickup out across the 20 to the 22.
Good effort over there on the left side in the defense. I think it was it Hansen again? Yeah, or no, Matt Nyson with the tackle, the diving effort.
Game brought to you by Wilkinson. Go see the experts, lights, fans, and fixtures. Unique items down next to Fiesta Fun St. George. Again, Brown on a pass call running. We've seen it a lot.
Look at Nyson dive there, lay out and make the play. Very short game.
Yeah, didn't even get a yard. Maybe half a yard is all they give him. I thought it was closer to 22 with the official.
Now they bring McLeod Croton in at quarterback.
Of course, clock stopped now. He was tackled out of bounds. And they'll give it to Tosh Wright. And Tosh Wright's got some room. And Andrus tags him down. Bronson and Andrus got to be double digits in tackles for him in this game, but not before it's a Fabulous Freddy's first down and a pickup of about 12.
You kind of expect it to be a passing play when Croton's in at quarterback, and they went ahead and went with the read play. I think it was not a read, but a straight handoff.
Snap over the head, and Tosh Wright does the smart thing, goes back with Croton and jumps on it. That snap was 3 feet over Croton's head.
And that's a game changer, Devin, because you want to stay on target, kind of keep the effort going chain-wise and keeping the ball going in the right, kind of staying ahead of the chains, and all of a sudden you're losing, 15, 20 yards on that bad snap?
Yeah, no question. Things getting interesting. Canyon View just scored and got the 2-point try. 31-25 score. Flip pass to the flat to Tosh Wright. Has a little room to run and cuts upfield out across the 30, tacking down about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. And they get a big chunk of that back on this. It wasn't really a screen. It was just a pass to the flat.
A little swing pass to the running back, and he got a little extra room to roam. And that turned into a great game. All those yards they just lost on the bad snap they got back. Unfortunately, though, for Pineview, it's still 3rd and 10.
And out of the gun. Brown back at quarterback. Going to throw over the middle, and it's just off the fingertips. One-handed grab. It couldn't be made. There is a flag down, or what is Bateman? Bateman's clapping like he got a call, but I don't see a flag down. Do you, Andy?
I don't. It looked like maybe his left hand got held. There it is. Yep.
It's on the yellow almost right there by the Thunder
Might be a defensive hold, huh?
Pass interference against Desert Hills.
I think the problem here, maybe we'll see on replay, it looked like he couldn't get his left hand away to try to make the two-handed catch. Oh, it must have been before we came into camera view.
And Coach Murdoch has his headset off. He's a step on the field.
Dawson Mayfield is the guy who was victimized for the penalty, but we didn't see the foul. It must have happened before we could see it on camera.
I'm not sure. It might have not been. It could have been on another play. Pass interference on a different receiver, because I didn't see much on the intended receiver there, Gavin Bateman, but he clapped like it was on him. Down Brown, zone read, keeps it, hits Bronson Andrus and is wrapped up, and that's about a 3, maybe 4-yard pickup for Dallin Brown. Those two are getting to know each other tonight. Dallin Brown meet Bronson Andrus.
Yeah, they're going to be on a first-name basis for sure by the end of this one. But, yeah, again, you mentioned Canyon View scoring. They're able to punch one in and make a game of Colton Shumway with a 4-yard run. Point after was good. It's 31-25 in that one. And, oh, baby, we got a couple of good ones going on. We've had a lot of blowouts this year, but we got a couple of good ones going on in Region 9 right now.
Good block on that last zone read by Lolete. Pineview offensive lineman. Brown's going to throw sticks route complete. That's just a hitch to the sticks, and it's caught.
Well, he likes Michael Moore, doesn't he?
Yep.
Michael Moore's got to have 5-6 catches tonight, and even when he doesn't catch it, he's targeted, and Brown looks for him a lot.
In the Hurricane win, the Moore brothers had 3 total touchdowns. Michael had 2 of them. Hunter had 1 of them. Hunter's more of a tight end, and Moore's more of a Y or a Z. And there's a throw on the wheel route, and it is high leaping grab complete. Are you kidding me? Bateman with the sticky hands.
Gavin, he was kind of the only returning receiver this year, and there was a lot of really pressure on him to be the guy for Pineview. He's kind of had a quiet year, but man, with hands like that, you wonder why. What a great grab.
Just fully extended Superman, vertical to the ground.
Never let the ball touch the ground. Fantastic.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yep. Put it on. I'm going to be on SportsCenter.
First and goal now for the Pineview Panthers into the red zone. Brought to you by Kern Christensen, NAIXL Real Estate. And Tosh Wright's going to take it off the left side, down inside the 5. And it'll be second and goal from about the 4.
Wright is really a better north-south guy, but that time they got him going east and west, he made a good run out of that one. He kind of went sideways and then cut it up into the hole. It's a pretty good play for a guy that doesn't usually do real well going east-west.
Here's the second down and goal play out of the gun. almost an ace formation. Well, it looks like toss right, maybe to the left. And they're going to fake it. Dallin Brown going to keep it in. It's in for the touchdown. Dallin Brown with a little fist pump as Pineview has their largest lead of the game, 26-20 PAT pending. Just so hard to stop that zone read time and time again.
Very physical drive for Pineview that time. I mean, I harken back to what Coach Murdoch said as we see the replay of Brown getting in there. It's the individual matchups. We've got to win more than we lose on those individual matchups. And that time they did not. Pineview won the individual matchups. And now Callister with a Utah Gastroenterology extra point to make it a 7-point lead.
Here's the kick, and it is up, and it is true.
Brooksby hits it.
27-20. We'll catch our breath. 45-second timeout. When we return, Thunder have the ball late third quarter. 1:36 left to play in the third.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Well, Dallin Brown has given the Panthers their largest lead of the game at 27-20 with 1:36 left in the third quarter. Impressive drive for Pineview. And a lot
you see Coach Croton there giving. He's still coaching, man. And, we just scored. I don't care. We're gonna coach you up, boy.
And now Coach Murdoch is getting that pass interference was a key moment in that drive, Andy. Yeah. And finally, I think, you saw Coach Murdoch out in the field wanting explanation, and maybe now he's getting it. It didn't seem like he got it at the time. Coaches hang on to those calls that don't go their way.
The thing that I would say about that call, and I guess it doesn't really matter, but I think it should have been a holding and not an interference. I think the foul came before the ball was in the air. Either way, though, Pineview gets the penalty. By the way, Snow Canyon trying to run timeout. It's 2.5 left in that game. They have the ball at midfield, hanging on to a 6-point lead against Canyon View on our Hearst State's Hardware scoreboard.
Brooksby with the kick, and it is end over end. It's going to be deep into the end zone for the touchback. Actually landed about maybe the one, but Cooper Kinney was not intending to return that one, and he let it bounce right to him 5 yards deep.
I wonder if he misjudged it, because I think he could have returned it. I think if he'd have run up on that one, he could have returned it. But as it is, it's a touchback, and Desert Hills needs a drive.
There was a breeze to start the game, kind of from the south, but not anymore. It's pretty. The American flag out there near the scoreboard is just kind of barely fluttering. Here come the Thunder. There's Warner and Sewell and Anoka, Palatalo, all those big offensive linemen. Got Krager, left side, and they're going to run zone read, and it is going to be a pickup out to the 24 by Kina Taufa, who and Saul Andrus is got his lid back on, doesn't he? But he's standing over there with ice on that right ankle, and it doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon.
That's what I was going to say. You kind of feel like he's probably done for the day, and that's sad because he showed great quickness in his game, made some big plays.
Well,
but
he's been fighting through that high ankle sprain all season, and he doesn't have time to properly heal when you try to get back out there and help your club win.
Yep.
So Sean Norton, the Intermountain Sports Medicine trainer, appreciate their support of Region 9 Athletics, got ice on it. And it's going to be Taufa, and he's going to pound ahead off the right side, be near the sticks, maybe just shy at about the 29.5-yard line. I'm not sure he got the 30.
They're going to need Wilstead to make some plays here. The Pineview's going to start keying on those running backs, those running plays. You got to have your quarterback make some plays, whether it's a throw or a play with his legs. I think Desert Hills has got to have Wilstead step up and make some kind of big-time play here as we head toward the fourth quarter.
23 seconds and ticking now on the clock left third quarter. 27-20, Panthers lead on the one-loss scoreboard. out of the gun. It's Logan Wilstead. Sidecar right is Taufa. Quick fake, looking to throw. Now he's going to roll immediate left. Brooks Melee is rolling after him, and he's going to heave it up, and Baird is going to have it push again, but incomplete and nearly intercepted.
Yeah, I'm a little bit with the Desert Hills home side fans on this one. I kind of feel like there was maybe a little too much contact. There should have been some kind of flag, illegal contact or pass interference on that play, but I don't know. That's a tough call.
Pretty good throw back shoulder. He's telling his receiver to go up the field. He knows he might take a shot by planning and throwing. And yeah, he looks like he's coming back because the ball is underthrown. And so often you see when the ball is underthrown, that receiver fighting back and that DB just pushes into him. Yeah. But not enough to draw the flag. It wasn't blatant, wasn't intentional. Yes, there was contact, but they let him play on. Here come Desert Hills now.
Big 4th down and 1 at your own 30.
And they're going to sneak it. And Wilstead's going to be stood up and then pushed from the backside. And I think maybe he got the 30. They didn't need much. And I believe, yeah, he's got that first down. Gutsy play to end the third quarter, deep in their own territory, but a new set of downs when we start the fourth. We'll take the full 60-second timeout on the quarterback sneak. Thunder still driving in their own territory, though, when we come back.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Yes, indeed. Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you. And Thunder going to run that play. And it's Kina Tafua on 1st and 10 after they gambled in their own territory. But new set of downs here for the Thunder.
Yeah, Taufu trying to get wide there, but Pineview, that's one of their strengths is the quickness on the edge. Taufu could never get to the corner, ends up losing about a half yard, and it's going to be 2nd down and long.
Don't think the Snow Canyon game has yet gone final. We'll have a full wrap on that game, plus Dixie's win over Hurricane in our Region 9 wrap-up show. But not before we bring you our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We got some awards tonight. Our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game, our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. I don't know if we've seen it yet in a close one. Still could be coming. Also named a Jimmy John Super Sub of the Game. High snap. Wilstead has trouble with it. It's still loose. He never got it cleanly on the second handle. And I think he goes down and gets on top of it. But a disastrous first 2 plays for the Thunder. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, lose a half a yard on a run on the first play. Second play, just can't quite get the handle on the high snap. And now it's 3rd and long. And again, Desert Hills isn't made for 3rd and 14. They're made for 3rd and 5. And I mean, good athletic play, but he took his eyes off the ball. And look at that thing floating around. I think he recovered it with his knees.
Man, was that 40 or 48 that actually, as he recollected it, forced the fumble back out? It was 48.
Big 3rd down now. They'll go for it if they get 10 yards or so.
Trying to find an open receiver. Nobody there. Going to roll left. Now he's going to step back up in the pocket, and he's going to be stacked, and it's stripped, and the ball's loose, and I think the Pineview Panthers recovered it. Yes, indeed. It's recovered by Pineview.
Wow, just a little too loose with the ball, and Taimi with the recovery. And all of a sudden, it could be a 2-score lead for Pineview with that turnover. Again, I was saying Wilstead needed to make a play. He probably should have thrown that ball there because now he's in trouble.
Or roll right because he had blocking if he rolls right, but went left, and who stripped it there? Couldn't tell who that was. Trying to catch a number on our replay.
There it is, 33.
There you go. And that is Tavita. And here's the throw into the end zone, and it's just incomplete. Trying to find Moten on the front pylon, and Dallin Brown.
I think it was Dylan Larson, by the way, that stripped him.
Was it Larson?
33, yep, not 32.
Okay, you're right.
Biggest play of the game. That might be a candidate right there for our AWP Playmaker play of the game. The strip, forcing the fumble.
Brown, pressure coming from the backside. They dive at his feet, they'll get him. And now they try to get wide. Brown's rope at the sideline, and he's going to get it inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. And the Thunder player is hurt, and it's Dawson Mayfield. You know, I was watching Mayfield on that pass interference deep throw, and he was in coverage. He kind of hopped off the hamstring, and now
I think he's got cramps. Yep.
Yeah, maybe he's cramping. He is in some pain.
Oh, those things hurt. Oh, man.
Let's hope it's just a cramp and not a hamstring.
I think it's cramps, and I think that
he's chasing down the backside.
Dives, and you can see right at the end of that, it looked like he was limping.
Finally ran out of bounds by Nissan. Nyson,
yep.
Spelled like Nissan without
old Washington name, though, Nyson.
Nyson, yeah.
I don't know if you were here when they had the old Nyson grocery there in Washington and stuff. You know, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints announced a new temple in Washington County the other day, and they happen to own the old Nyson grocery along with some other things along that block. And a lot of people over in Washington City are like, hey, let's build a temple right here in Washington. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be out somewhere a little further away from St. George Temple.
Huh.
But certainly fun to talk about.
10:05 on the clock, and there's still the Intermountain Sports Medicine team still out there. Now Dawson Mayfield is up, and it's the right calf or hand. It looked like he was grabbing like the back of the hammy area. Normally you cramp the quad or the calf, but there's Buck Cowden out there, special teams guy for the Thunder, Sean Norton. Mayfield still a little ginger as he comes to the sideline. Here's Dallin Brown now. 3rd down, goal to go. Pressure comes, jailhouse blitz, and they get to him. And he's taken down near the original line of scrimmage, about the 6-7 yard line.
Yeah, you got to love that. You know, Coach taking some chances.
And Brown's
sending
taking
the
some
blitz.
shots tonight.
Yeah, sending the blitz, saying, look, we're not going to let him pick a hole. We're not going to give him a hole to pick. We're just going to send everybody. And here they come. Maybe it was supposed to be a screen pass. Yeah, I think so. You see the lineman trotting out there, but the running back must have gotten blown up.
There was no back slipping out. The line was going. They let the rush come. Maybe that's why it looked like a jailhouse blitz.
Big field goal here to make it a 2-score lead.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 19-yarder.
24.
24-yarder, thank you. Get my hashes right. And it's up, and it is good. And the Panthers have made it a 2-possession lead, now 30-27 on the one-loss scoreboard. Tonight's Game of the Week, presented by Summit Athletic Club, continues after this 30-second timeout.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30,
4:30.
Sorry, did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore on Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
Well, got a Hearst Ace Hardware score update for you. It is a final, Andy. As Snow Canyon has done it. They have beaten Canyon View. Not without a fight, though. 31-25, the final score.
Yeah, they scored all 31 points in the first half and had to hold on for dear life. But that puts Snow Canyon at 2-3 in region with Hurricane left. They're probably in the playoffs.
Yep.
And that means Canyon will probably be out.
Yep.
They're 2-3 with a trip to Pineview left.
And here's the kick from Brooksby and into the end zone for the touchback.
And actually, if you start doing the math on that, the tiebreak would be head-to-head, but they never do a head-to-head tiebreak
for the final spot.
For the final spot, it would be a playing game. So if somehow Canyon can beat Pineview at Pineview and Hurricane can upset Snow Canyon, then we'd have a tie, and Or yeah, well, Snow Canyon wins. But yeah, anyway, bottom line is probably Snow Canyon's playoff spot.
Yeah. I was talking about that on the show today, and I felt like it was the winner of that game was going to get in, didn't it? Just with the matchups left.
I agree.
And, we're seeing some separation from the top teams in the region and the bottom teams this year. Our look ahead to next week, our game of the week will be Desert Hills again as they travel over to take on the Dixie Flyers. It'll be next Thursday, 8 days from today, right here on CEC TV, Sports Radio 977.com, and 97.7 FM ESPN. Read option, give. And Taufa is going to pick his way for almost a 4-yard gain.
And that'll be, that game will be fascinating depending on what happens the rest of this game. If Desert Hills makes a comeback and wins this game, that's for the region championship. Now, if Pineview holds on and wins this, Pineview with a chance to maybe create a 3-way tie if Desert Hills can upset Dixie and they can beat Canyon View. And so a lot on the line still. A home playoff game on the line for sure.
Right. Our look ahead brought to you by B.A. Robinson Construction. Visit them, barobinson.info, largest masonry company in southern Utah. They're busy. Wilstead, out route. No, let him too far. Almost a return route where you slant and then back to the outside on the return route. And Denos maybe slipped a little bit there, but incomplete.
Yeah, a little curly Q route. Just some final numbers from that Snow Canyon win. They had 421 yards of offense. All but 92 of those were rushing yards as they really ran the ball well in that football game as they get the win. Leading rusher, Miles Reynolds, 12 carries, 102 yards. Landon Fry, 11 for 70. And Ryan Beathers, 10 for 67.
8:34 left in our game on the Paces Colgan clock. And they're going to go 3 Amigo bunch trips to the near side. And they're going to look that way. Pressure comes. Wilstead rolls out beyond the hash. Looking to throw. Throws it from the 20. He's got his man. Mortensen catches it at the 46-yard line. That's a big play. That's a 20-yard pickup. And Mortensen's first catch of the night.
Yeah, Jace Mortensen, number 22. And a good throw, good recognition by the quarterback as he was under pressure. Mortensen recognizes, too, he needs to come back to his QB. But a great throw on the run by Logan Wilstead. Right on the sideline there. Boom, perfectly done.
Good stuff there. And 8:16 and ticking left in this game. Here's the play. Zone read. Wilstead going to keep it. Trying to get outside. And has the edge, but not much of a gain. 4 or 5 yards. Wilstead looked like he got shaken up a little bit into that.
This is a smart drive right now. You want to throw, you kind of want to push a panic, but we're down 10 points. There's only 8 minutes left. Let's start throwing deep, but they're not pushing the panic button. Pineview at Cedar in the last game. Did I get it wrong? I was thinking Canyon View? You're right. They scored 70 points on Canyon View. They're at Cedar in the last game of the year. Good call.
And Cedar, that'll be their senior day. And they got a lot of seniors on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the end of our replay for our television and audience online that Wilstead, he still looks like he's holding his hand or something. I couldn't tell where he got hit. Appeared like maybe the hand area. 8:03 to go. Wilstead going to look to pass it, drops back. Now he's chased out of the pocket, throwing on the run, and it is a big hit by Jashawn Allen as he hits Mortensen. I think Mortensen catches that ball until the hit comes and then it dislodges out of there.
Do you remember Ronnie Lott?
Yeah.
That was a Ronnie Lott
Come
type
on, I'm not
play.
that old.
He comes, Jashawn Allen comes flying in there, not worried about his own self or anything. He's just worried about hitting the guy that's trying to catch the ball. It wasn't a bad throw by Wilstead, and you're right, it would have been caught, but look at this hit, Rocky Mountain collision, boom! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Makes my back hurt just watching that. Of course, my back hurts anyway. But.
Here's the play now. 3rd down from midfield for Desert Hills. And they're going to hand off to Keena. Keena Taufa is going to get a couple yards. It's going to be 4th down and a long 3. Got to get it inside the 4. They got to get it just to the 44 of Pineview for the first down.
Yeah, and they put it down at the 48, so he's got a full 4 yards to get a first down on 4th down here, and you got to figure they got to go.
Yeah, Wilstead, I don't. If he keeps that, does he have room? The D end had collapsed.
Yeah, maybe the wrong read, huh?
Yeah, the read on that is usually the D end. Maybe there was something else that Logan Wilstead saw there, or maybe it was designed. They wanted Taufa to get the ball. Wilstead now going to have to throw for it. Big
On a
fourth
screen.
down. And he's going to fire it in there, and it is caught for the first down. Oh, my goodness. Bo Barber with a sliding, diving catch past the sticks, and the Thunder still in this thing, down 30-20, but driving.
What a gun. What a rifle by Wilstead. Kind of falling backwards. He does have just a second to step into the throw. Look at that bullet. Wow.
And good coverage, really.
Oh, yeah.
And now a quick run to Keenan Taufa, and he's going to pound his way down near the red zone. Actually, they're going to mark him out. Said he stepped out at about the 24.
Connor Johnson with the hit, but you don't want to. If you're Connor Johnson, you probably give up about 40 pounds to Taufa. You're taking him on one here. Ugh, and he says, "Get off of me, fool. Get off of me."
7 minutes left in this game.
Oh, man.
And they take a timeout. Not quite 7:02 left. I didn't see the timeout. And Coach Murdoch giving Bo Barber a little love as the Thunder come to the sideline. Timeout brought to you by RE/MAX. Ryan Kramer Team, RyanKramerTeam.com if you're looking to buy or sell real estate properties in Southern Utah. Let's keep it right here for a second, Andy. This has been a heck of a game.
Fantastic contest. Desert Hills came in, I think, with a solid game plan at containing Brown. He got away really for one great run in this game. Nothing else. They forced him to throw the football. Unfortunately, turnovers have been the biggest problem for Desert Hills in this contest. And ironically, neither coach said, when I asked them the key to the game, neither one said turnovers this time. And that's always their answer. And it turns out turnovers are a key to this game, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that turnover late in the half gave him that field goal.
And then the turnover on the sack fumble.
Yep.
Set up the last score.
Fake punt. Went for a first down as it was fumbled out of bounds.
Yeah, it wasn't a turnover, but it turned out to be a very important fumble, didn't it?
30-20 is the score.
I'm really impressed with Desert Hills and the fact they haven't panicked on this drive. They understand, look, we need 2 scores. The only way to get 2 scores is to get one first.
Right.
And they really put together a nice drive.
Play action. Wilstead going to take a shot into the end zone, and it is. Flags flying. Little face guarding, maybe pass interference. Ball was incomplete. They were trying to hit Baird in the end zone.
Engage Baird been pretty quiet in this game, so I don't blame him for taking a shot. He's your best receiver, and man coverage wasn't there this time. He had to interfere.
Look who's checking off the field. Bronson Anderson snuck in again on offense. He's out running a route, not the intended receiver. That's pretty clean on a
I was going to
replay.
say, that's a tough call because face guarding is no longer a penalty.
No.
They took that out of football, and he was face guarding, yes, but that's legal now. So that's a tough call.
There was not early contact. Well, like I said, they all even out in the wash. At least you
that's
hope.
true.
But it will be against the Panthers.
Take it down to the 12, and it'll be first down and 10 from there. So Desert Hills with 6:56 left, still alive in this thing, down 10. They can get a touchdown here or even 3. They're only down a score.
Yep, 30-20 Panthers, but the Thunder now into the Kern Christensen NAIXL Real Estate Red Zone. Appreciate Kern Christensen and the team. If you're looking for a new business location, some land, new office complex, NAIXL's team to turn to. And give Kern Christensen a call. Look him up on the World Wide Web. Here's the play. Wilstead's going to keep it. He's going to get the corner. Is he going to score? I think he did. I think he's in. No signal yet.
One ref says, did he step out? Pointing to the other ref, and I guess he must have. Is there also a flag on the play?
They're marking it down.
There is a flag, too. So even if he did score, it's probably not going to count. Probably going to be a hold.
Did they ever set the ball to mark it? Was he just down at the 1? It's on the far corner, but it's a hold against Desert Hills, so it won't matter. It's a spot foul, so we'll see where the foul occurred, and then they'll back him up 10. Pulled that ball out late. Pretty good fake. That's what I thought earlier Wilstead needed to do is keep that once in a while, keep that defense honest, and tried to tightrope the sideline, but couldn't stay in bounds, but the hold will bring it back anyway.
Yeah, we don't want to critique the officials. They're doing a tough job and getting paid very little to do it, but it didn't look like much of a hold on that one.
You think that's a makeup call? Is that what you're insinuating?
No.
Trying to live up to my theory, it all evens out in the wash?
Here's what I'm saying. We didn't have enough empirical evidence to make a judgment either way on that one.
Well put. Wilstead out of the gun. Taufa in at back. Andrus, high ankle sprain, re-aggravated. Complete. Mortensen dancing to the outside. Good tackle in open space by Deshaun Allen.
Well, I tell you, I'm impressed with Allen today. He has been an all-region performer. In my opinion, he's making a case for Dad's Trucking Player of the Game today because Allen is big hits, great tackles. I mean, that's a one-on-one. He doesn't make that tackle, it could turn into a touchdown.
Yeah, because really good play design to sneak Mortensen out of the flat.
Look at that tackle.
Allen has to come off of Bo Barber, and he's guarding, and it was textbook.
And he had a blocker, you know. I mean, if he gets through that tackle, that could be 6 points.
Wilstead keeping the tips of those fingers wet. You can do that in football, not in baseball. And now he's got it, looking to throw. Wilstead roll out pass, and it's a completion down inside the 10 near the 6. Nice comeback catch by Baird. Gage Baird with a rare reception for him tonight. He hasn't had a lot of looks.
Ball was a little underthrown. Baird did what he could to come back and make the catch. Unfortunately, he had to dive to get it. And no chance for any rack yardage or yards after the catch. But
he was the hero in the Cedar game. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. Here's now a 3rd and goal situation.
And if they don't make it here, you got to start thinking about maybe taking 3 and getting within 1 score because we're down to 5.5 to go.
They can get a first down inside the 2. And a lot of movement. Who moved first? Look at maybe.
Logan Wilstead says it's Pineview.
Well,
He's clapping.
The nose tackle I thought moved, and then the left tackle started downhill run blocking, it looked like, trying to get a next level block.
Dead ball, false start offense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't flinch. He started way downfield, so Pineview did jump. It wasn't enough. See, they're just shifting. They're shifting, and then, yeah, he didn't have the snap count correct. That's Mason Krager. And now it's going to be.
That might give you a little more room to operate the pass game here.
It's not 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and 10 about.
Yep.
Just
that's something to keep in mind. They get it down to the 3 or 4, maybe you think about going on 4th and short.
Out of the gun, Wilson looking to throw. Pressure comes. Nobody pick up the blitz. He gets away.
Wide
he throws
open.
on the run. It's incomplete. The throw was low to Keenan Taufa, and he couldn't keep it off the turf at the 3.
He was wide. There was no Pineview player within 5 to 10 yards of him.
Because they blitzed the guy that probably had back out responsibility there. Yeah, they blitzed him on the outside.
See him swing out there on the outside on the wheel route. He's wide open, and Wilson just kind of short-armed it. That's 6 points.
And now 4th down. Now you'd need 2 scores, so you're going to kick the field goal here. And there's still 4:56 left to go. I think Desert Hills has all 3 timeouts. We try to cut it back to a 1-possession game. This can be Callister. It's going to be a 30-yarder.
Gotta have it, though.
Kick is up, and it looks long enough. Is it straight enough? Yes, it is. And Desert Hills does get points on the board. We'll take the break on the one-loss scoreboard. It's our game of the week. Pineview leading 30-23. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
We're back, Desert Hills High School on a Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night. It's fall break. Kids are out of school the next couple days. Games will be back for the regular season finales next week on a Thursday as the regular season is winding down. It flies by so quickly, Andy.
It does, but we got 3 seasons. We got preseason, region season, and playoffs are still coming.
Region 9 took an early exit last year. Nobody making it out of the quarterfinals. And Orem, the defending champs, look poised to try to repeat. They got a familiar name for Desert Hills Thunder fans starring for them. That's Noah Sewell. And kickoff touchback. So here comes Dallin Brown. Nice night going for Dallin Brown, running and throwing.
My son was at the Orem game few weeks, 2 weeks ago, and Puka Nakua got carted off with a knee injury. They thought he was done. It was going to be ACL and everything. He played the next game. I guess it was a sprain.
That kid's electric.
Amazing football player, yep.
Their quarterback is talented. Sewell's playing running back and middle backer. Here's the run, Tosh Wright. And I think Coach Hosner and Coach Croton probably saying, hey, let's take a little clock here. let's go to the ground pound. And Tosh Wright, nice run on first down, pickup of almost 6, maybe 7.
And you know, they like to go fast every 10 to 12 seconds, but this is the time of game where you want to take your time. You see a hold on that one?
Yeah, it looked like maybe that left tackle or guard got pretty good amount of outside jersey there, away from the play side, but no call, and we move on. Tosh Wright brought down short of the line to gain. Nice tackle coming up, making that stop. Number 42 for the Thunder, that's Caleb Habel. Haven't called his name tonight. Habel with the tackle.
This is a big one now. 3rd down and about 2. Good tackle one-on-one by Habel.
30-23. Panthers with possession and the 7-point lead over Desert Hills. Fly sweep, fake. Brown keeps it, and I don't know. He stopped shy of the 30. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe should have given it on the fly sweep.
Jaron Palu with the big hit, stopped his forward progression.
Look, he's got some blocking. They go misdirection. Now there's one Thunder out there. That's Baird. Cage Baird that turns it back inside for Palu to make the stop. There's Coach Nunley, the D coordinator for Desert Hills, right there, coming right at you on your TV set. He was he's the one of the few guys back from the Coach Frankie staff from last year. Stuck around.
Coach Cowden's still part of things too.
Deshaun Allen going to low line drive kick, lands at about the 46. It's going to hop down inside the 40 to about the 37. And the Thunder need a touchdown to tie, and there's just under 3 minutes on the clock. 2:59 left on our Paces Colgan clock. Hey, Colgan man, if you need a new water softener, don't do it yourself. Call your local Paces Colgan man. Get a whole house watering system and get better water. Expert service. Call 435-586-2450.
Now they got exactly what they wanted. They got a 3 and out, and it didn't look like it was going to be because on the first play of the drive, it was a 6-yard run by Tosh Wright. But man, I'll tell you what, Desert Hills showing faith in their defense. Go out there. You didn't have to try an onside kick with 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. They just went ahead and played straight up defense and got the stop. That's Coach Murdoch putting faith in his D.
Game brought to you by Intermountain St. George Acceleration. A lot of these high school players trained at Intermountain St. George Acceleration. Get started with the program today. They're going to hand it to Kina Taufa. Taufa's taken down immediately. Tried to bounce it wide. Didn't stay north and south, and then was cut down. Give him about a half-yard gain, and that was it.
Well, credit to Pineview for filling the hole and making him go sideways, but definitely not as effective a runner when he's going east-west. You see that? He had to go to the left, and wasn't anything there.
Wilstead going to take a shot. Up to Mortensen, trying to come back and grab it, and the flags fly in as Mortensen came back to the ball. Looks like Katoa got caught with a little PI.
I think Pineview is still going with the man-to-man defense on the deep guys, and on the outside guys, and I think at this point you let them run 5-6 yards, and they'll use up the clock and stop going with the man defense. If you have a safety back there helping, he doesn't need to interfere.
Well, I didn't necessarily agree with the last PI call, but that one was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That was the right call to make. We saw a couple flags come in.
Yeah, Katoa on that one.
And again, it's an underthrown ball, like we were talking about earlier. The receiver does a nice job leaping back to it, and Katoa's momentum takes him in, and clearly the call was correct.
And he was out of his element. He's a guy that likes to hang around the line of scrimmage and make hits, and he's out there 30, 40 yards down the field covering.
1st and 10 for Wilstead. Doubles, they put a man in motion. They give it to Taufa. It makes one man miss. Trying to fight towards the stick, still going. Might have a fabulous Freddy's first down. All effort there from Keenan Taufa.
Yeah, that's a great run. And, I said let him have 4 or 5 yards on a run, but you can't let him have 12, 13 yards on a run. That's a good effort. Watch Taufa this time as he cuts into the hole right there. Great cut. Made one guy miss and then ran through Katoa.
Throwing is Wilstead. It's complete to Denos in some space. Cut back at the 15. He's going to score. Touchdown, Desert Hills. What a play by Tate Denos. It looked like the Panthers tried to jump it, and boom, he was open. Once he caught it, one cut back, he made it, and the strike from Wilstead on the money.
Man, oh man, what a ball game we are being treated to tonight. That time again, it was one of those plays that looked like that maybe it was going to be intercepted. It was in heavy traffic, and there's his dad, by the way, Ron Denos. giving his son a little congratulations, a little father-son moment on the sideline. I love it.
Wow, tie game if this goes through the uprights.
Yeah, how about a
Big point
big
for
Utah
Callister.
gastroenterology extra point here?
Wilstead hit DeNoss. Now Callister trying to boot it through. Looks good, and it is. We're tied up. We'll take the break. Whole new game. Haven't settled a thing here with 2:12 left. 30-second timeout. Back with our Summit Athletic Club Game of the Week on ESPN Radio and CEC TV.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
DeNoss from 34 yards out of the hand of Wilstead. And we're tied at 30 all. Panthers, Thunder. You know, expect the unexpected in Region 9, but tonight we expected a good one, and it's lived up to the hype.
Yeah, no blowout here. And good heart shown by Desert Hills to come back down 10 in the fourth quarter. We're down under 5-6 minutes, and they're still down 10. And you're like, oh boy. But they stayed with it, got a field goal, and then got that big play there, 34-yard touchdown pass as that kickoff sails into the end zone.
Thanks for listening tonight or watching. We're live on the web stream on sportsradio977.com and also on CEC TV, TDS Channel 22. If you're out at the Snow Canyon game, Warriors got a huge win. If you're traveling back from Hurricane from the Flyers game, they got a big win tonight.
What was the final on that one? We ever get one?
I don't know if I saw a final. But here it's all tied up at 30. Down Brown looking to throw, but tucks and runs, cuts back, and flag flies and gets out across the 25 to the 26. We'll await the flag thrown in the vicinity of a hold.
This is a big penalty because, if Desert Hills can get another 3 and out, they have a chance to win this game in regulation.
Holding
there
on
it is,
the Panthers. Now, no hesitation there from our officials. And that'll back them up. And that happened right near the line of scrimmage or even maybe a yard behind the line. They're going to back them up quite a ways. This is going to be 3rd and over 20. They got to get out to the 30, and they're going to spot this ball just inside the 10. Okay, Panthers offense, Gary Croton hand signaling in the plays himself, it looks like, on the far sideline.
Now 1st and 20.
Brown out of the gun. Sidecars toss right. Fake toss, she keeps it, has a little room, breaks it outside, has a lot of room. 1st down and more to the 30 to 40. Out of bounds near the 47-yard line goes Dallin Brown, and it's just the read option and unbelievable blocking up front by the front 5 of the Panthers.
Well, and that magnificent extreme speed put together by Dallin Brown. You see right there, he had a big hole, but then it turns into a little hole, and then the speed kicks in. And he just turns on the jets, and man, oh man, I think he maybe ran out of a little bit of gas, but other than that, it was maybe going to be a touchdown.
Cooper Kinney was actually running stride for stride. We saw him pull away from Cooper in the first half on a long touchdown run. Brown's going to call his own number again, take it across midfield to the 48 of Desert Hills. 30-30 tie, 1:38 on the clock. Brooksby's got a big leg. The Panthers just need 3 to try to win it.
Yeah, I'd say Connor Brooksby, 40 on in, you can count on it going through. Anything beyond 40, and he's got the leg for it, but then you worry about accuracy from that far out. So they needed probably at least another 25 yards.
1:18 on the clock when they snap this play. Brown under pressure. Drew Marathon wraps him up. Did he go down? Yes, he did. He spun out of it. I thought he might be getting up. What a play by Meredith. Unabated. Nobody blocked him, and a huge stop for the Thunder defense to back the Panthers up.
That's going to bring up a big 3rd and long.
Yeah, lost nearly 7 yards. 3rd and 17 now from the 42. They got to get out to the 42.
And his knee never actually touched, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He spun out of it.
Technically, as you watch a replay, his knee never actually touched the ground. He sat on the other player.
And the official had the best view of it all.
Big 3rd down now.
Pump fake, going deep, taking a shot to Moore. Michael Moore has a step, but it's way overthrown, incomplete. And now the Thunder have 33 seconds if Pineview decides to punt here to work with. We know how the first half kind of unraveled for the Thunder. They fumbled on a reverse try, and the Panthers got a field goal. You know, we could be looking at a 3-point lead right now for the Desert Hills Thunder, running the clock out instead. They got to try to go down and win this game, so they can't play too conservative unless they want to get into an overtime scenario.
And that one, you know, watching the replay, Moore would have had separation if they'd have put a little more air under that ball. Big play here. Snap and kick. Got to be good.
It's away from Jashawn Allen, who didn't start the game as a punter. High kick, bounces sideways. They're going to let it trickle, burn as much clock as they can. And it finally goes out of bounds. 22.7 seconds on the clock.
Now, I'm going to say it again, Devin.
You would
I
just
would
go ahead
down
and
the
go
ball
to
and go to overtime. I would not. I mean, if you're at midfield, maybe go for it.
And
but you're at your own 30.
The way Coach Murdoch has called this game, the head coach of Desert Hills in his first year,
he's going to go for it.
Well,
he's going to fling it, right? Throw it up.
You know, you might try to pop a long run and take a timeout and then take some shots at the end zone. You don't have to have the touchdown. You just need to get in field goal range. You got 4 plays with your timeout situation, maybe 5. But
all it takes is a fumble or an interception, and all of a sudden you're handing the game away.
Correct. Wilstead, quick pass.
Double pass.
Yep, Barbin's got a man wide open. Denos is wide open. He catches it at the 40, down to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. If that's thrown on the money, that's a touchdown. He underthrew him, but what a play call. The aggressiveness of Coach Murdoch. He hasn't altered from his plan all night long.
My question, though, for Pineview, why do you let anybody get deep on you? Even if it's a double pass, there's no reason to let a guy get beyond you this late in a game.
Well, Mortensen blocked it like it was a bubble screen. Really good job by Jace Mortensen, it looked like.
You can't let anybody get beyond you. I mean,
Now
that's just a bad mistake on
15
defense.
yards away from field goal range, potentially. Wilstead hand signaling, maybe audibling here. Has the snap. Looking to throw. Looking. Nobody open. 4-man rush. Now he fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. He threw it behind the intended receiver, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, that came early, and it's a hold. And all of a sudden, now field goal range doesn't look so close because that thing's going to be a spot penalty from the 42. That's actually going to go back across the 50 with 7.8 seconds left.
Yep, hold signaled by our officials. They've been pretty busy tonight. Been a physical game, especially in the trenches. Both these teams talented offensive and defensive lines that stack up well against each other. Even if he catches that, the hold was bringing it back. And now you're at your own 47, almost right, 47.5-yard line here. And now timeout taken. We're going to keep it right here. Do you try to run something that's 5-6 seconds on the sideline and get out of bounds? I mean,
well, you have a timeout, so you don't even have to get out of bounds.
Yeah.
So you can run a post pass or something, anything that could get you down to about the 30-yard line and give Callister a chance. So that's what 20. You get a 22-yard pass. That's not inconceivable. That's medium padded. They're going to be playing for the deep ball. I do that. I don't think you try a Hail Mary at this point. Maybe if you don't gain any, if it's incomplete on this play, then you try it with the second left. But I think right now you try to get 20 yards and kick a field goal. They have timeouts. Doesn't have to be on the sideline.
I feel like a little old hook and ladder's coming. The way that Coach Mark Murdoch has
the
called
way he's
the game.
coached his game. You bet.
I mean,
I like it though. I mean, we may have a new riverboat gambler. That's what they used to call Todd Peacock back in the day. And
I think you coined that phrase.
I don't know if I coined it, but I definitely propagated it.
They used to call Ron Rivera Riverboat Ron too, but Cam Newton, they haven't been. The NFL's gotten away from the trick plays. You're seeing a lot more NFL teams though go for it.
Odell Beckham threw a touchdown pass this week and
then he opened his mouth all week.
Yeah, well, that's because
why is he getting interviewed by Lil Wayne anyway?
They're not very good. So
Eli Manning has struggled at quarterback. They've had struggles protecting him. Here we go, 30-30 tie game, 7.8 seconds. It's actually 2nd and 20, but that seems kind of a moot point. You only got time for one maybe 2 plays, and they're just looking like they're going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. And there's time left, 2.2 on the clock. So they were trying to get it over the middle and take the time out, but it was underthrown incomplete.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get within 50, under 50 for a field goal try for Callister, but now you pretty much got a Hail Mary. You just got to throw this thing into the end zone.
I want to see Wilstead throw that with a little more zip, get that complete and give your kicker a chance. He just underthrew him again.
He's got the arm. We
saw
saw it earlier
it
in the game, yeah.
Yeah, but that time he just didn't put a lot he was trying to, throw a little touch pass. It's kind of like me when I'm trying to smooth it, I always end up slicing it or hooking it.
There we go. One play could do it, though. All it takes is
will we see our AWP playmaker play the game right here?
I'm thinking of pass interference. You get another play maybe.
Throwing a straight fade.
Too early.
He threw it early, and it's going to be incomplete. Closest intended receiver was Pineview's defensive back on that far sideline. We're going to overtime, Andy Griffin.
Of course we are. That's the only way this game should end.
All right, so no time left in regulation. Haven't settled the thing. 30-30. We'll take the break. Take a 45-second timeout. Come back with overtime after this.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Devin Dixon, how are you, everybody? Wednesday night, and Andy Griffin's going to have to stay up a little past his bedtime. No, you're a late night.
I'm a late nighter, but let's give everybody a refresher on the overtime rules. Now, they have a coin toss, and if you win the coin toss, you can choose to take the ball first or take the ball second. Each team gets one possession. You get the ball at the 25-yard line. It used to be the 10 in high school, but they moved it back to the college rule, 25-yard line. If your team scores 3, the other team scores 3, we go to another overtime. If your team scores 7, et cetera, et cetera. After 2 overtimes, if it's tied again or still tied, then you have to go for 2 when you score a touchdown. And we'll see if that becomes a factor as they get ready to toss that coin out there at midfield.
Yeah, and you want the ball second.
Yeah.
You want to know what you have to do to continue the game or to win the game.
Kind of like baseball. You want to be able to bat in the bottom of the ninth.
Correct.
So you can see what you need, what you have to do.
Officials explaining it. Captains are out. There's Bronson Andrus, Beato Sewell, Ryan Warner, Dawson Mayfield for Desert Hills. You got Brooks Melee, Katoa, and I didn't see who won the flip.
I think Pineview won the toss. They have deferred and will go second.
So Desert Hills is going to work from our left to our right.
Yep.
They want to go the same direction they were just going.
And if you have to say who has momentum, it's got to be Desert Hills at this point after making that 10-point comeback, right?
Yep. But this momentum has shifted all night long, back and forth, back and forth. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see another shift. Hey, good news, everybody. If you're listening right now, stop on by. All 3 Region 9 games tonight went over our big score dessert threshold of 25 points. So go over to Yogurtland while you're listening to us and ask for it. All you got to do is go to Yogurtland. Your first 5 ounces are absolutely FREE free at Yogurtland. Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt, HA5 leaders, asphalt preservation. Thank you, Holbrook Asphalt, for your continued support of Region 9 football and sponsoring the Big Score Dessert at Yogurtland.
So Desert Hills will get it, and it's regular rules of football. You get 10 yards, you get a first down if you get the 10 yards, and obviously all the penalty rules in place and everything. And Thunder will start at 1st and 10 at the 25.
Wilstead, and it's Kaufa up there running the ball. Saul Andrus, high ankle sprain, got aggravated third quarter. Hasn't returned. He's got ice on his ankle. Looks like he's done for the night. And a gain of 3, maybe 4, as I see that yardage stick
They give
sneaking.
'em almost 5.
Yeah, they keep moving on us, Andy. Kept going further and further, and the ball is now at the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
Well, and this says something about the maybe athletic prowess and the fact that Kina Taufa is in good shape, because he looked like very energetic on that run, pushing the pot.
No clock, everything untimed. Wilstead, quick throw, out in the flat. Barbin has it, and he's going to just go all the way to the boundary and try to get what he can. I think he got a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yep, good sportsmanship there. You see Vlad Jocelyn helping him up.
I love that.
Yep.
Fought your tail off both sides. I love seeing that.
We saw it on the previous play, too, as it was Hanson or Johnson or somebody helping up Taufa. I love that. You're right.
Nick Hansen over there, hand signal in the defensive signals after the Thunder hit Barbin for the first down. Coach Murdoch headset on, has the play into his junior quarterback, Logan Wilstead. Sidecar left is Taufa. And they're going to run zone read. Wilstead's going to keep it, hanging that ball out, still going down near the 5-yard line. Going to be stopped just outside the 5, down to the 6. Another nice run for the Thunder. This one from Wilstead.
Yeah, these guys have got to be tired, you know. I mean, it's going on 10 o'clock. They've been out there for 3 hours trading punches.
Look at Willie, though. That ball's just kind of hanging out there.
Careful, young fella.
But when the contact came, he definitely secured it. Here are the Thunder going to the huddle now, breaking the huddle. They'll go twins to the far sideline. Donostil, lone receiver to the near sideline. Way outside the hash. Ball spot on the left hash. Wilstead fakes, throws. High pass in the end zone. Mortensen incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if he could have got his feet in, even if he does bring that in, but it was off of his fingers. Would have been a tough play. Little teeny bit overthrown by the quarterback.
I like the play call. I think Wilstead maybe lets it go a little earlier. Like right now, if he floats it now, he kind of waits, double clutched it just a little bit, and he ran out of real estate. But trying to wait for separation, Dallin Brown was right there in coverage. Well defended by the Panthers secondary.
Gutsy call, too, because, you know, you figure 2nd down and 2, you might as well just march it on in, but instead they try the play action. Now you got to get serious, so you got to think about getting that first down. If you don't get it here, you might have to kick a field goal.
Willie out of the gun, doubles to either side. Give it to Kina Taufa. He's hit and then falls forward down inside the 5. Going to be right near the chains.
Looks like he got a first.
And I think he got it. 3rd and a long 2, and he got just enough. And Taufa getting some love from his offensive line there.
And that's why you can afford to try a play action on 2nd down, because you got a tough runner who's going to go get those hard 2 yards for you.
Hey, Matavau did what he could. Matavau stepped in there, hit Kina Taufa hard, but first down. Now you got 4 downs, and you got to figure probably 4 down territory this close to the goal line. First possession in overtime. Thunder with it from outside the 2. Taufa goes into the end zone, and no signal yet. Now it comes. Touchdown, Desert Hills.
Yeah, just a straight dive. I don't think that was even a replay. I think that was a handoff all the way. Let your tough kid, let Kina Taufa pound it in the hole.
Give him 2-yard touchdown run, and now a very crucial extra point here for Callister.
Boom, 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 boom. Love the collisions in there, and Taufa proves to be the tough one.
It's been physical. Yeah, I love it. One of the best Region 9 games of the season for sure. We've seen some good ones. Pineview-Dixie was a 6-point win for the Flyers. The win over Cedar for Desert Hills. And the Utah Gastroenterology extra point is up, and it is good. And the Panthers will have their turn possessing the ball after this quick 30-second timeout. Thunder up 37-30 in overtime.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
The crowd is on their feet. Here's Dallin Brown, first down in overtime. Swing pass to Tosh Wright. It's complete. Not much gain, maybe 2 yards. One of the Thunder players all fired up. Who is that? Caleb Hable helping out on that stop. Second down and 10. I don't think he got anything there, Andy.
Nope.
Out of the gun, Tosh Wright flanking Brown. Read option, Brown going to keep it. Bounce it outside, 5-yard gain. More down inside the 15. And where'd he go out of bounds? Near the 10. First down, Panthers.
Really good little shoulder shimmy as he faked it inside and then kicked it outside. Defense had to really respect the cut. And then he got the speed to get outside. Watch this little shoulder shimmy right here. Whoop, and he goes the other way with it.
Great block there
Nice
by
block on the
Double
outside.
Nichols. That's Katoa. Katoa. And they can get a first down, so they're just outside the 10. They can get a first down inside the 1. 37-30 in overtime. And there's a run right up the middle. Touchdown, Panthers. They strike back. And they're a PAT away from extending this game to double overtime.
And, you don't want the kickers to
Tosh Wright.
Tosh Wright with the run. You don't want the kickers, you don't want to be cheated. I guess what I'm saying. So I'm hoping Brooksby kicks this one, and it doesn't come down to someone missing an extra point or anything like that. But good blocking up front.
Unbelievable hole there. Maybe the biggest hole of the night. It was almost like Desert Hills was expecting something wide.
Well, you got to respect the fact that Brown might go wide on you.
Here is a crucial Utah gastroenterology extra point. Brooksby out of the Moore hold. The hold is good. The set is up, and it is good. And we're going to double OT.
Oh, baby. Like I said, I didn't want to be cheated by having somebody miss an extra point either side.
The Panther fans, the Pink Panther fans tonight, they got a pink going in the student body section over there.
Yep.
They're excited. They've tied this game up.
That was one of my favorite cartoons growing up, the Pink Panther.
I liked
You liked the
Inspector
Roadrunner?
Gadget.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just pulling one out just to show you how old I am.
Well, maybe Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. I thought maybe that'd be one of your favorites.
It was good.
Yeah.
So we're going to double overtime. Panthers now will stay out there with the offense.
Well,
They'll flip it.
Let me ask you, who, look at those two overtime scores, who has the
Pineview scored
advantage?
easier.
Who?
Pineview scored easier.
Okay.
On that, that was a 5-play drive. Desert Hills, I think, took 6 or 7, but both of them pretty efficient. I mean, they both scored. They both did the job.
I think Pivey did it in 3, didn't they?
Was it 3?
3 plays. The pass to right, then the run by Brown, the run by right.
Yeah, you're right. That's why it kind of felt like Pineview scored a little bit easier. So here is Dallin Brown. They're going to throw it out on a hitch route, complete, gain of about 7.
Quick hitter to Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, yes, he has a touchdown catch in this game.
It's a quick read. The defender was about 10 yards off, so Brown says, all right, let's just throw that quickie out there and get us 6 easy yards.
Reimer, Moore, and Moten are in a trips formation. They hand off to Tosh Wright instead, and he's going to be real close to the first down at the 15.
I think it's going to be about a half yard short, it looks like.
We're in double overtime. We're tied 37-37. Panthers and the Thunder.
I didn't get a chance to address it. Would you have gone for 2 if you were Pineview to get the win? They sent the kicker out right away, so no. But now, do you think about going for 2?
I don't know.
Tosh Wright right up the middle is going to have that first down again. So Pineview 3 plays and about 14 yards. They'll have a 1st and 10, and it looks like they can get a first down maybe at the quarter-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 10 and a quarter.
Here we go. Down Brown pulls it out. He keeps it, cuts back, makes a man miss down inside the 5. The ball pops out. Was he down? Was he down? I think he was.
Yeah, I think so. I think the ground caused the fumble when he hit it. His body hit the ground, the ball came out. We'll find out definitively here on our replay for those of us on TV.
It was dangling. Look at one hand and it came out. That's a fumble. That is absolutely 100% a fumble. Didn't you think? I thought it came out early.
I couldn't see where the ball disappeared for a second.
That was a fumble. There's Tosh Wright. Touchdown. Don't matter. Tosh Wright jaunts in right up the middle, and Pineview back in front. I really feel like on that replay shot, we'll probably.
Can we go back to that? The guys in the truck, and not the touchdown, but the fumble.
Well, here's the touchdown run. And pretty easy. Untouched. Tosh Wright again. Yeah. Another touchdown run for him tonight.
if we can get back to that fumble, no fumble call.
It got dislodged early, but it kind of stayed in around the body, so you couldn't see until he was starting to fall near the ground. It was already out, in my estimation. But Pineview gets the touchdown. Here's the PAT, brought to you by Utah Gastroenterology, and it's up, and it is no signal. Do we have a stoppage?
They stopped it before the play started. I think it's going to be a false or offsides. Now, that moves it from the 3 to the 1.5.
Ball's out. Ball is absolutely 100% out.
I was looking at the field.
And the backside official that's facing into that, I just don't think he saw it because there was no defining he's down, but yet they did not give the ball to Desert Hills. Wow, folks. That is clearly out. Ball is out right there. Ball is out.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely out. Was that Andrews? 5 or 55? I couldn't tell. Blurry on the
Is it
replay.
possible he fell on it?
No.
And was down for a split second? I didn't see the end of it.
It was recovered by Desert Hills.
Now, why are they kicking it again if I guess they never allowed the play to happen as well?
You blew it dead on the offside, neutral zone stoppage. But it's up and it's good, and Pineview leads by 7.
45-38.
Wild sequence there. And the Thunder fans and the Thunder coaches were on. I mean, that ball was facing them like it is our audience with our camera shot, same side. They were going bonkers on that fumble. And now Coach Murdoch is over there, looks calm, cool, and collect, but they've got to answer here. They've got to answer. They are now down. Desert Hills possessed the ball first. They scored. Keena.
Actually, our scoreboard guys put the point on the wrong thing. It should be 44-37. We'll get that taken care of. But, yeah, 44-37.
Yeah, that's the score.
Scoreboard is incorrect as well.
So 44-37 here, and Desert Hills has got to score and get the PAT to force a triple overtime where somebody has to go for it on 2. Everybody has to go for it on 2. And run right up the middle. Taufua going to get a couple. Maybe a 3-yard gain there. On first down, be 2nd and 7.
It was 30-30 at the end of regulation, 37-37 at the end of the first overtime. Now it's 44-37.
So 2nd down and 7. And here is the Thunder going trips the far side. Mortensen, Barbin. Denos is the single receiver to the near side. Sidecar right is Keena Taufua, and Willie is at the quarterback, has the snap. Looking to take a shot into the end zone to Denos. Comes back and just he can't make the catch, but flags fly on the play. Could we see yet again another PI call?
I think so, and I think it's a pretty obvious one because the defender never turned around.
And did Denos's head hit the turf hard there, or that's what it looked like live, and he's slow to get up. It looked like he kind of landed on his back, and then the head hit the turf. Hope he's okay.
Almost held on to that thing. That was almost a circus catch.
I think he did until, that back hit the ground, and then the ground popped it up off maybe his hands and his chest. Panthers show respect to their crosstown rivals, taking a knee.
Maybe a concussion for him. He's still down. They're going to...
Intermountain Sports Medicine team, Sean Norton out there to take a look at Tate Denos. He's been incredible tonight.
Michelle Hudson out there from Pineview out to help, as is Coach Hausner, Coach Murdoch. Bottom line, I mean, it's about these young men and, and teaching them to be men. And, I think that's, really kind of what it's all about. Have all those coaches out there concerned about the young man when really, us shallow people are worried about the football game.
Right. There's a great shot over there, the Pineview bench. Nick Hansen, Todd Shaw, Ryan Dana, and more.
Well, they got him off the field.
So 15-yard pass interference is the call. So now it's first down. And they're at about the 11-yard line.
Yep.
Just outside the 10, so they can't get we've seen a lot of those first downs around the 1 tonight. Willie looked like he was going to go under center. He hasn't been under center all night. He was just talking instructions to his own line. Now he backs into the gun. Here's the snap and the handoff and the give to Taufa, and he's got a little crease down inside the 5-yard line. Goes the Thunder running back.
Yeah, 6 or 7 right up the right side. And again, Taufa, he's one of the few guys out there that doesn't even look tired.
Yeah.
Look at the energy there. Ooh, yeah, he's running full speed still.
Really good tackle, again, by Ulysses Mataval. He's got a couple here in this fourth quarter that I've noticed, and that was another good stop. 44-37 in double OT, Pineview leading Desert Hills. Willie, give. Oh, tried to bounce it and immediately tackled. Colby Hansen, I think, right there to wrap him up when he bounced it wide.
Yeah, again, Tuafa's strength is north-south, going straight up the line, maybe making one little cut, but when he tries to get outside like that, he loses all that leverage that he's so good at. Look at him try to get outside, and Hansen says, I know you're not as good at getting outside.
That was disciplined by Hansen. You can see he wanted to come dive down, but he stayed.
Big, third down now. 3rd and 4.
From the 5-yard line, 3rd and 4. Wilstead gives. Taufa, touchdown Desert Hills. Right up the middle, virtually untouched. And we're a PAT away from triple OT.
That looked a lot like the Tosh Wright run for Pineview,
yeah,
where the hole was just made by the lineman. The lineman said, we're getting you in. Here's a police escort right into the end zone, untouched.
Thunder need Callister to kick this through. Eventually, we're going to get to our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report and hand out some awards for you. And the guys are standing by for a wrap-up show of all the action on a Wednesday night from Region 9.
Remember way back before overtime started, I talked about how if it's still tight after 2 overtimes, you have to start going for 2?
Right.
That may actually be a factor now.
Oh, yeah.
After if he can make this kick.
Hold is good, and kick is true, and we are tied up.
There we go.
44-44 on the one-loss scoreboard here in our Summit Athletic Club Game of the Week. Don't forget, high school football fans, you can head over to Summit Athletic Club, the new location, 863 South Bluff Street, and you can get 25% off any membership when you mention ESPN Radio.
So you go to Yogurtland tonight and get your free yogurt, gain some weight
dessert.
maybe from all the sugar you're going to eat. Yeah. And then you go to Summit tomorrow and join up and lose the weight that you gained the night before.
It's a great facility.
That's a great game plan is what that is, Devin.
That's right. Yeah, Yogurtland, head there. Holbrook Asphalt's paying for your first 5 ounces of yogurt tonight with our big score dessert. We got 88 combined points. We're going to triple overtime.
Yeah, it's going to take more than 88 to win this game. So whether it comes down to a field goal at this point or a 2-point conversion.
Appreciate Appliance Wholesalers Plus will be. How do we sort out a playmaker play of the game? I guess whatever the winning point differential is.
I was going to say, I don't think it's happened yet.
Yeah.
I think we're still waiting on it.
A lot of nominees for our Dash Trucking Player of the Game award as well. So now the Thunder get the ball first, so they keep the offense out there. Back to live action. Wilstead going to throw an out route. It's complete. Had to go to his knees to get it, but Baird brought it in secure, and that's a 10-yard gain, maybe 11, and they move the chains. Fabulous Freddy's first down.
That's a smart receiver. Instead of, trying to scoop it off his shoe tops and make a play afterward, he's like, you know what, I got to secure this catch because I got a first down, and that's what they have, first down and 10 to 14.
Thunder can score. They would have to go for 2. Nobody's had to try a field goal yet in this overtime period. Both teams 2 touchdown drives apiece.
2 for 2.
Kansas tiebreaker, the old Region 9 tiebreaker in effect tonight. Throwing, Wilstead looking, over the middle, bullet, and it's caught for a touchdown! Caught for a touchdown by Golding. Golding with a laser. There's the arm strength from Willie.
Mm-hmm. That's what you were asking for earlier in the game. I'd like to see him step into that throw and throw a bullet. That time he threw a bullet, and it nearly impaled Golding. He hit him right between the 1 and the 2. What a throw and what a catch.
Clean pocket by that front line. It's just a post route, and he got in front of Taylor Reimer for the touchdown, and now they got to go for 2.
Yeah, this is it, man. No more kicks. At least no more kicks after a touchdown. You got to go for 2 every time.
What do you draw up here?
I don't know. You give it to that guy.
They keep it. Bootleg. Wilstead goes in. Touchdown. Or 2-point try is good. They faked everything with Tafua, and they kept it with Wilstead, and he went untouched off the left side for the 2-point conversion.
I think Pineview was thinking like I was thinking, that it was going to be Taufa up the middle, and instead they keep it and get that 2-point conversion. And now Desert Hill's got to be careful. Can't celebrate yet. You've got an 8-point lead, but the game ain't over.
No, none at all. Triple overtime. Wilstead on a laser hits the post out to Goulding and then runs it in himself for the 8-point lead. 52-44 our score. I didn't think we'd see this many points tonight. We might get to 100.
Logan Wilstead was going to be a Pineview kid. He was going to follow in the footstep of his brother and decided he wanted a different path. Came over here to Desert Hills.
And there's a swing pass to Tosh Wright, and he'll pick up 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot as he's taken out of bounds. Yeah, you know, the Wilstead family built a house in the Desert Hills area. I mean, there's a lot of growth out in this area. A lot of, single-family homes being built out in Little Valley area. And that changes things. There's a good pass from Brown to Tosh, but only a pickup of 3. Here's Tosh right up the middle, and it'll be just shy of a first down. Take him down about the 17, maybe give him the 16-yard line. 3rd and short.
Pineview not wasting time. They want to go right at it, but this is a big 3rd and a couple.
Read option, give. Tosh Wright bullying his way forward. Boy, that ball kind of looked like it was coming loose as Andrus delivered the hit, but he secured it, and that's a first down, Panthers.
Bronson Andrus has got to be exhausted. He has been in on, 12, 15 tackles in this game at least.
Oh, at least.
And most of them are trying to tackle that big fella right there, Tosh Wright.
Dallin Brown's got to be exhausted. He's gotten hit all night long, running it, throwing it. He's going to keep it himself. He's got some room to the 10. He's going to break outside. He'll get the 9. Pretty good job keeping that edge. But it'll be there can be second down and about almost 5. They're going to mark him, right around the 10.
Right there on the replay. It looked like he was going to score a touchdown, but Dawson Mayfield, I think, comes flying in.
Did they give him the 8? They gave him the 9? They gave him the 8. Here we go, read option, give it to Tosh Wright right up the middle. He's down inside the 5.
Close to a first down, but I think short.
Yep, I think he's down about the 3.5, 4. But again, both these teams in overtime. Offense is clicking, defense having trouble. I think these defenses are worn out. Tosh Wright, these guys are loads to tackle. Here's a quick play. Run to Taufa, and he's going to be fumbled. And Desert Hills looks to it, recovered. They did. Jaron Polu recovered. The ball came out. Thunder run onto the field. And the Panthers are shocked, and the Thunder celebrate.
That's game. I'm looking to the officials to see if they tried to rule it down or anything, but that's game.
Well, there was a fumble in the second overtime that came out that they did not get the call, and Pineview went on to score. This time, no such luck. This time, they ruled a fumble. Jaron Polu, I couldn't tell. I know he recovered it. Let's see who stripped it. It's a read option. They give it, and the handoff is clean. 58 for the Thunder is the guy, I think, with the backside stretch right there. That's Brunson. Brunson stripped it.
Damon Brunson.
Yeah, he's been a good player.
It's going to be our AWP playmaker, isn't he?
Yeah, Brunson, well done. And give him kind of a 1-2 punch because Polu recovered it. Brunson forced it. And the student body section on the field tonight in a marathon 52-44 victory. And that means we're going to have a true Region 9 showdown next week between the Flyers and the Thunder. Winner will be the 1 seed in the upcoming postseason playoffs. Clearly out.
And Brunson was out of the play. He was not going to make the tackle. Wright was probably going to have a 1st and goal at the 1. But somehow he got the one hand over there and put it right on the football. And there's Jaron Polu celebrating.
Oh, Pineview, they look like they were marching right in.
Yeah.
And then they just needed the 2-point conversion. And instead,
the
ball comes loose, and Desert Hills wins it. We'll catch our breath. 60-second timeout. We'll come back. We'll clean it all up with the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Be a pretty quick one from down here, and then we'll get it back to the ESPN studios for the Region 9 wrap-up show break down the games, look ahead to next week's games, some of the stat leaders from tonight, and more. Don't go away.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Yeah, we're back. Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry Post-Game Show. Dr. Cody and staff make your kids feel right at home, all your dental needs. They got a new patient special for your kids. The exam, the x-rays, and the cleaning. One low price. Call and get your kids scheduled. Fall break, maybe you need to hurry and get something scheduled. If they have openings, you can give them a call in the morning. And, Andy, we saw an instant classic, as I like to say, in Region 9 tonight.
Absolute classic, triple overtime thriller. Desert Hills looked dead in the water, Devin. There were 6 minutes left. They're down 10 points. And, the fan in me was screaming, they got to start throwing it. They got to throw it downfield. They got to get some plays together. And they just methodically marched down the field, kicked the field goal with about 4 minutes left, got a 3-and-out, a huge 3-and-out to get the ball back, and then marched in and got the tying touchdown on a TD run, or a TD pass rather, and from to Denos, 24-yard TD pass to Denos. And
he had a heck of a game. Got nicked up on that last pass.
Yeah, we had a shot of him in the second overtime. He didn't get back in the game, but he looked okay.
Yeah.
Probably a slight concussion.
Yep, or at least a bell ringing hit when he hit the ground. So
but this pretty much guarantees Pineview's got to go on the road first round of the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they have 2 losses, and Dixie and Desert Hills will play for the 1 and 2 seed next week. It's decided. And then that means Snow Canyon, if they beat Hurricane, will be the 4 seed next week. So we'll see how it all shakes out.
Unless Cedar upsets Pineview, and then you end up with a tie for 3rd place.
That's true.
Perhaps.
That's true. There's still a couple games. There's still 1 week left.
Yeah.
Until it's over, it ain't over.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the storyline for tonight. Until it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know where to start to recap this game. Playmaker play after playmaker play after playmaker play in this game for both teams. They left it all on the field. And
I feel like Logan Wilstead grew up today.
I agree.
I mean, I haven't seen him but a couple of times all year. But I feel like today he was a complete quarterback. He ran the ball well. He threw bullet passes when they needed to be bullet passes. He threw touch passes when they needed touch passes. And honestly, as good as Denos was, as good Palu was, obviously Bronson Andrews could be our player of the game. But I kind of am leaning toward Logan Wilstead for our Dad's Trucking player of the game.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, Andrus was fantastic on defense, but I feel like Wilstead was the guy, the difference maker.
I love it. Good stuff tonight. In a night in which no one deserved to lose. It is Desert Hills outlasting, the way I would put it, the Pineview Panthers. Final score up there on the scoreboard, 52-44. We're inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Let's hand out some awards. We kind of alluded to it before it happened. Whatever the ending play of this game is going to be, whether it was a 2-point conversion or, like we saw, a strip from Brunson and Polu recovers it. So we're going to give credit where credit is due and go with Brunson and Polu as the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. They both contributed on it. Somebody had to strip it. Somebody had to jump on it. Gage Baird just ran up into the crowd to give his parents a big hug. I love that. And as for our Dad's Trucking player of the game, hard to ignore these two running backs
and
these two quarterbacks tonight.
Yeah, I still, like I said a moment ago, I think Wilstead grew up in this game, and I think he's got to be our player of the game. He, or if we go defense, maybe Bronson Andrews.
Oh, Andrews was incredible tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'll go with you though. I'll go with you. Let's go Logan Wilstead. And I thought Keenan Taufa though came in, and when Sal Andrus re-aggravated that high ankle sprain, I mean, what a luxury to have two quality backs like that.
Absolutely. And again, in the overtimes, Taufa looked at times like it was the first quarter. He didn't look tired at all on some of those runs. But Wilstead with the great pass in the overtimes, a couple of great passes late in the game. He's got to be our POG.
All right. For Pineview, give one out anyway, even in a loss. I mean, crosstown teams, game like this, do you go down Brown, or do you go? You were high on Deshaun Allen tonight.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Allen would be. It's weird in a game in which 96 points were scored that we would even think about a defensive guy, but Deshaun Allen made some huge plays in this game too.
I thought Shaw played good, Perry played good, Katoa played great, both of them. And it's a final, folks. Here inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Congratulations to our Dad's Trucking player of the game. And don't forget to stop in and fuel up at the Ernie's 2 Sinclair stations. Original location, Beaver, off exit 112, Cedar, Hurricane, and top of the boulevard in St. George. Our super sub of the game brought to you by Jimmy John's. Any nominees there that you want to throw out? Andy?
Well, how about we now honor Keenan Taufa, because even though he wasn't necessarily...
He didn't start this game. Andrew started this game.
Yeah, he came in and really took the lion's share of the carries because his running mate was injured and in Saul Andrus. So, yeah, I think Taufa deserves it for sure.
All right, so Keenan Taufa is your Jimmy John's super sub of the game. Freaky fast, order online, and you can stop in at any of their 4 Southern Utah locations. Well, I'll try to go down and get Coach Mark Murdoch, the victorious coach, and we'll have his comments brought to you by Camping World inside Region 9 wrap-up show. Andy Thompson, Paul, Rustin, all standing by back in the ESPN studios. Thanks to our great team at CEC TV. Love our partnership with those guys shooting the pictures for you online and on TDS Cable Channel 22. Game of the week next week, that's the Region 9 title bout. Dixie hosting Desert Hills, and we'll have it for you here on 97.7 ESPN, on the web, and on CEC TV.
And suddenly that Pineview Cedar game means a whole lot now, especially with Snow Canyon playing Hurricane and probably going to win that game easily. That means that the Pineview Cedar game could be big.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. And the guys will look ahead at the schedule, break down and update the records, try to sort through any kind of potential tiebreaker scenarios on the fly, and wrap it up for you. Again, thanks for listening to the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, where it is a final 52-44. Desert Hills gets a strip inside their own 5. They recover it, and they win over Pineview tonight in triple overtime. For Andy Griffin, Devin Dixon, and all of you, thanks for watching and listening to the Summit Athletic Club Game of the Week.